I'll go. So, uh, last time on Dragon Ball Z, we, after, well, we started by nearly dying, as all good stories start, because we could not recognize that we should take a long rest before attempting to loot the most trapped room. Trademark. Uh, After that adventure and the show almost, just barely, not getting disintegrated, uh, we decided it would be best to venture to Stag's Glen in search of a cure for our disease we picked up in the abyss, uh, as well as to report to them because they had given people a quest, I believe. I was not there for that. Uh, so we go there, we talk it up. You know, Floofster has arguably the worst acid trip possible. Um, the show makes a librarian very, very happy. And then we decide to move out, moving towards a glade of unicorns. And that's where we left off.
Very good, very good. Moving forward, you have entered into a rise within the forest, trees still surrounding the area, and a crystal clear pool of water in its center. Just copy your tokens and plop them down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's everyone's tokens. Cool.
Such a small dot on the map.
All right. The area itself seems to be peaceful. Calm chittering of birds can be heard throughout the area, as well as a few squirrels that are shaking their fists towards you and chittering menacingly. The sun overhead is slowly dipping over the horizon as it gets ever closer to winter. Daylight is lessening. Still a few hours of daylight left, but night is falling sooner than expected.
Have there been many blighted trees on our way here?
There have been a few. The blighted trees have um, extended to Stag's Glen at this point. The further out you go, the more you will see.
Oh, speaking of Stag's Glen, did you get my message during the week about sending Minerva back there to talk to them?
Oh yeah, I got that, and then I forgot to reply to that. Let's go look at it real quick.
So we were just talking on the road about Desho had lost contact with his father, a god. Estia sort of lost contact around the same time, so as soon as she heard that, Minerva's pretty useless for scouting, being poisoned and all. So Renee just sent her back with her 100 feet of movement per turn to go ask them if they had similar issues.
No, no similar issues. Just the same old, same old.
No sudden loss of contact or difficulty contacting 50 years ago.
Not since the event, no.
The event.
The fallen star.
Oh. How long ago did that fall again?
Let's see, how long ago did the thing get slammed by that? Let's see here. Notes for the notes. Pretty sure it was like 60 years ago, but I want to go make sure. Nope. That's your one. I'm thinking about the other one. Pretty sure it's 20 years for that one. Boo. Here we are. All right, tell me your secrets.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's helpful for that. But what are we in to do? Okay, we're there. which means that. Okay. About 20 years ago.
So they had problems. So they've had no problems at all, or they had problems, but they ended 20 years ago.
There was a brief period of silence 20 years ago. It was only for about 6 months, which at the time did not seem at all brief, but it got better. And since then, there hasn't been any issues.
That's quite curious.
So with all of our gods and in some cases, I guess parents just kind of either are just now showing interest or have just stopped showing interest.
Well, I don't know if stop showing interest is accurate. I was pretty status quo up until. No, right. How do I do the speech bubble?
Control and
Control
space.
space.
I was pretty status quo up until I, got the last message. He didn't. He sounded more urgent than normal, but not like life or death. It's entirely possible that something may be blocking specific connections. I'm no theologist, but that's just what I think.
I mean, I wouldn't really know. My patron's been pretty hush hush until recently. Maybe it's just because I got kind of near where he wants me to go. But is this the place? I mean, it's nice, but
Quick thing, can everyone send me their... I don't need the full sheet, I just need the core info found at the top of sheets.
For
what?
For your character sheets.
Like stats and stuff?
I need the top half of the first page of your character sheet. So like your details, your class, your name, all that fun stuff.
since mine is
All right.
app fun times. If you need anything more, just
Does that include our stats, or no?
It doesn't need to, but I just need the core stuff at the top of the character sheet. So I'm pretty sure I have this correct, but I cannot recall. Do you have more pages than that, John?
yes, I have. I can send you another.
I don't want to bother with screenshotting and everything, so I'm just going to send you the PDF.
That's fine. I just need to make sure of some things, make sure nothing triggers. Man, so many of you are twinsies.
There's a lot more.
All right, that's what I was looking for.
But...
Excellent.
Okay.
Oh lord.
Wunderbar.
So, I'm going to send you a
get
message, John, and that will be an
Wonderful.
important question.
Wonderful.
And do not give sign to what this question is.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself here for a moment.
If I listened hard enough, I could hear an audible gasp from his house.
Must be a pretty loud gasp.
No, he lives pretty close to me.
I thought Ethan said like he lived on like a, not quite like a farm, but sort of a farm.
His family has a ranch.
We have a ranch in Nebraska.
Nah, he lives like a 5-minute bike ride from me.
So you live in the suburbs, but you own a ranch in a completely different state.
My dad is from Nebraska.
That makes slightly more sense.
Like my uncle has a ranch, like a ways away. Being related to a rancher is a pretty common thing in Idaho.
I have my suspicion of what this question is, though.
Yeah, as do I.
Because, you see, there's only one evil member of the party as far as I know, so...
And it was you the whole time.
All right, I got my answer. Let me go look at my notes from JC and Ryan's characters, just make sure, since I had their sheet. Ba-ba-ba.
As vague as it may be, I do apologize.
I apologize.
I would like to apologize.
All right, I'm gonna have to talk with JC because they're missing info on their sheet.
Someone's about to get beat.
Oh wait, I remember why they said that. I know their thing is, so we're good.
Where are the shame bells?
They have shame bells indeed, but I'll have to tell them some stuff. Anyways, all right. As you enter into the glade, all seemingly calm, serene, in fact, as it looks totally inviting and peaceful here. Suddenly, the air grows still, and the sounds of birds chirping and the squirrels chittering stops.
I look around. Can I see anything?
Give me a perception check.
I'm gonna look around as well.
Deshow is gonna stop and listen for anything coming in.
7.
Is it a bad sign when birds stop singing?
This suddenly, yes.
16.
Ooh, a 23.
All
It
right.
means that something powerful is at play here.
1 second. Oh, that's loud. Why are you loud?
Rat.
Alright, cool. Clear. Or nope, not clear. Stop. Play. New ambience.
Oh lord.
I killed
We're getting hit
Halloween
with the young
music.
Alright, so, looking at the dice roller, our highest roller was a 23. Look at you, Kenna.
So fancy.
Alright, Kenna, you notice something dancing beyond your sight, just out at the edge of your peripheral. Something quadrupedal, tall, and white of fur, before it is dispersed in a thick cloud of mist. The area itself begins to fill with this mist. Sight lines are obscured. Everyone here begins to feel an ominous presence.
There appears to be a unicorn or something somewhere. I can't make out the details, but right over there.
Let me go get some fog to plop down on this map.
Well, I don't know much about unicorns, but I do know that I think they're usually seen as good creatures. I don't
Yeah, it seems.
see why the birds would be afraid of them.
Does fog usually roll in this quickly around here? I mean, I'm all for some fog, but
I'm fairly certain the unicorns are causing this.
There we go. Nice thick fog.
I'm gonna take
They
a few
must not
steps
like
back
someone.
towards the party.
Yeah.
Let's chill. Let's like
Renea will fly ahead, just
Get
a foot or
something
two above
tanky
the
here.
ground.
How far are you flying?
30 feet, I guess.
Alright, 30 feet forward.
And she calls out in Celestial, "Hello? Is anyone there?"
In response, the trees begin to shake violently as the leaves begin to fall to the ground and then swirl up into the air and begin to dance and twirl through the area. They are focusing
show-
around the party's location, swirling around them, in fact, menacingly.
The show
Yeah.
is gonna step up and say, also in Celestial, we come in peace. We don't mean any harm.
John will de-summon his gun from the holster, making it just nothing.
Paul is going to tap the ruby in his Scepter of Celestial Might and make it radiate white light with the light cantrip.
Flavor.
As the light begins to radiate from the rod, you see the light begins to do something strange. It skirts around John, as if afraid of him.
The show is gonna cast his own light cantrip, just on his hand.
Yours acts normally, as it's not from the Rod of Celestial Might.
Oh,
Would Paul have any idea as to what would cause that?
Roll me a religion check.
Can Renee roll that too?
You're a cleric, yeah, you can roll that.
27.
Big brain time.
Well,
That's
Oh,
games
yeah.
Paul
Renee
is my
skipped for like a
name.
day.
Intelligence is my game.
Wait, you only have a +1 religion? You're a
I don't
cleric!
have proficiency.
You're a cleric!
I know about Hestia's religion, but not much else.
it's brute brain time.
Well, okay. I mean, you do have lower in Hestia, so at least you got that going for you. Okay.
small town.
Small town. It's fine. Makes sense.
You know.
It
I
does
wanted-
make some good sense.
I wanted medicine and insight instead.
Hmm. Yeah, Pathfinder players know this pain well, as they only had 2 skills normally. So they're like, I can take actual useful skills, or I can take religion, which I have like +0 in base wise. Anyways, looking at the Rod of Celestial Might, it seems to be enhanced through the mist that surrounds it, to the point where it is actively avoiding creatures that have an evil soul.
Paul is going to give, or he's going to
I should rephrase that. In character, a corrupt soul.
a corrupt soul. Paul is going to suspiciously eye John, but say nothing.
All right. The leaves begin to fly around with greater speed, rapidly circling around you as wind begins to pick up. It is now difficult to hear within this windstorm that swirls around you. There is one way out of it, though, as the wind is kind of like doing this. So it's, a U.
So the only way out is back.
Mm-hmm.
John, you said you don't know all that much about your patron, yes?
Not a damn thing. I've only know a bit more now, but not much.
Is it at all a possibility that there might be something with your patron that would make a good and pure being, such as a unicorn, not like you at all?
I'll roll. I'm gonna roll me some deception. Why not? Why not? Let's just double down on the theming here.
That's an insight from me, I guess.
And an insight from me too, because I'm paying attention to John now.
Oh god, that's not a very good one. Oh god, that could be so much better. Oh god, it's useless.
Would you like to spend destiny?
Oh, don't you legitimately tempt me, sir?
John will make things more dangerous for us later just to
I-
lie to see a unicorn.
It wouldn't really matter because most people got over the effects of a D6.
Mhm.
Their god. So no, I will choose not to. I mean, I've got my own suspicions, but I mean, it could be a few things, really. I don't see what's so bad about it. Probably.
Theoretically, would I have advantage on the roll because I'm aware that John's soul is corrupted?
Hypothetically, theoretically.
Um, not for this,
Is
no.
that,
Okay.
is that just gonna have it be harder to lie all the time now?
No, if it's something like, if you're like, hey, I'm not evil, and you say that to Paul, but like,
You'd be like,
mm,
Hmm.
I have evidence to the direct contrary.
hey. I am bad guy, but I am not the bad guy.
Could it be the enjoyment you say you take in your work?
Could it be the fact that you lit a cigar with someone's soul?
Wait, what?
It could be it could be quite a few things. But the matter of fact here is it's one in either us.
oh, I just remembered, I forgot I turned Floofster to chaotic evil, not chaotic neutral, because of the
Oh yeah.
the soul eating one
Oh,
they figured
yeah.
out. So that's also going around Floofster. In fact, it is going
Oh,
around
so-
Floofster more so because they are chaotic evil.
So
Maybe you two should wait outside while the grown-ups do the talking.
Wait, they fell all the way to chaotic evil?
They were
from
chaotic
that?
neutral before.
Wouldn't that put them on the boundary between the two, though? Not quite squarely in
Huh.
chaotic evil.
They ate a soul.
if you knowingly eat a soul, I mean,
Yeah, eating a soul is a prime evil. If you do that, it's straight to Evil Town, or at least a full step, not half step.
so is the you wind for all of us, or is it just like John and
The wind is
Flip.
trying to get everyone to go away, but the light thing that Paul summoned,
Paul has? Okay.
that is going around you two.
Okay. Well, right now it seems like whatever's here doesn't want any of us here. But I think a little persistence might be in order.
Not from you. And Renea turns around and starts trying to make her way further into the wind.
All right, give me a strength saving throw.
And as she does, she will call out in Celestial. We seek your help to save the forest.
Strength save.
I am the Lorax. I speak
Constitution begins here.
I speak for the tree.
Alright, my DC is.
The trees say shut the fuck up.
All right. You are blown backwards, knocked 30 feet back after moving forward 10 feet, so you're effectively 20 feet back. You are knocked prone back there as the wind pushes you back, and you are cut slightly by some leaves. Negligible damage, but it is a warning.
Let the adults take care of it, you say.
Just a theory. Floofster, John, if you could please step outside the glade, just to see if it works.
Just since they're NPC mode. Sure, why not?
I can just see.
There are shiny things out there. Go get them.
Fair enough. See if y'all can convince some horses.
They're unicorns, John, not horses. As
Mhm.
Renea picks herself up.
Good luck with your horses.
All right. The wind is still surrounding you as they leave the glade.
Maybe try asking again.
Renea will approach to the edge of the wind. And Celestial. The Dryad Nemelphia has been corrupted by the Abyss. We seek to save her. Will you help us? Can you help us?
Can we be heard outside of this vortex of wind?
Roll me a persuasion.
Hey, I have proficiency in that.
Where did you go?
Godspeed.
Go look at my DC because it's higher because you are traveling with evil.
But maybe lower because she's a celestial
Nope.
creature?
In fact, I would say it'd be higher because it was said while in the glade that someone used a soul to smoke.
Renea didn't know any of this, though.
True. You're still traveling with them.
Yeah.
let's
Ignorance,
see here.
while bliss, is not.
Ignorance
An
of the law is
excuse.
no excuse.
Ignorance
Alright.
of the law is no excuse.
All right.
Ooh.
The winds begin to diminish somewhat.
Oh.
They're still here, but they are diminished.
The show will try to push through.
The winds
Renea
are
pulled out a
strong.
hand to stop you really quick. Hold on. Maybe we should ask permission first?
The
Can
show,
I
in
walk
his
up behind
best
him?
mannerisms, like he has used like twice when addressing somewhat noble people, like he was giving a presentation or something, will say, "O mighty unicorns of the glade, may we approach thee and beseech thee for assistance in our quest."
Roll me a
With-
persuasion. Oh, you had some more.
It's just a hint that he's like playing it up a little bit, but not like maliciously. He's just recognizing the ridiculousness of how he's speaking. Persuasion check, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm extra good at those. Hold on, let me.
Can
let me-
Renea apply the help action by asking permission herself?
I mean, you could, but you
Okay.
would have to say that when, as it was being talked
Proficiency
about.
in the persuasion skill. Okay. So I am extra good at persuasion because I am wearing a very nice medal. Which means I have a +5. Eight.
Ooh. Oh Lord.
There is no response. The wind remains at its current state. There's no additional leaves trying to smack at you, but no change.
Why are you angry with us?
Well,
There's no response.
the show's gonna push further into the winds and see if any reaction happens.
All right, give me a strength save.
I am the best at those in the group, I believe. With a +0.
Mm.
12.
All right, you begin to make slow and steady progress forward. The winds are strong, but not as strong as they were prior.
Renea will ask, may I approach as well?
There's no response.
She will land and fold her wings and then try and make her way forward.
All right, strength save.
Walk behind me, it'll help.
Does that give help? Mechanically? Using to show as a windbreak?
I would
I am
say
bigger than her.
for this one specifically, no, because the wind itself is magical and it's kind of like all over the place. Although if you were to use this in other situations, I'll probably allow it. Just
Good to
this
know.
one is magical and it's a little weird.
You did better than me.
For some reason, I have weirdly good luck with my strength saves.
Except for the last time you tried it.
No, that was like 14 as well, I think. Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
Well, what do you
You
know?
both are able to push forward. It is slow and steady, but you are not being blown back.
Paul will try as well.
All right. The wind does not react other than the
Two.
force of it. You are pushed back though.
I guess Kenna will try to step forward. Like, the tower shield's not going to help, so I won't even. Because windbreak and magic. Wow. Slightly better than Paul, but not much.
And
Well, Anglican, it looks like it's you and me.
Looks like it. Well, Renee is going to push forward to the edge of the pond at least.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I could go giant ape and have a +9 strength saving throw. Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
all right. As you push forward to the edge of the pond, you can see the rippling water seems to shift and churn as if the wind itself isn't quite touching it, but the effects of the leaves and the magic of it are causing ripples as if there's little water droplets falling in. Make me a
Any
perception
idea?
check.
Would the book she read on Celestials be any help here, or
On perception check or in regard to what?
with regard to how to communicate peacefully with the unicorns who seem very angry at us?
Oh, it's pretty much just cautiously approach. Don't be a dick. Doesn't mention anything about evil characters, but that's kind of because it's like a no-brainer in their mind because you're dealing with a celestial. Because never assume people should already know things is the motto of most people, but this book didn't take that motto.
Yeah, you grabbed like the 102 textbook or the 201 course textbook maybe.
Did it say anything about the ponds or anything like that?
No.
So 17 on my perception.
And what is your perception? The show. Also figures that both the Asthma are the one who are able to move through it.
Yeah, 14.
14. All right. You don't notice anything to show. The area itself is heavily winded, covered with leaves that are blocking view. You can still see the surface of the water, but you don't really notice anything of import. Renea, however, you notice that there is a white furred figure at the edge of the pond. You can see that it is watching you.
Which edge of the pond?
Over here.
I guess Renea will move basically to the pond's edge, facing it, and then she'll kneel and kind of gesture to the show to do the same. And then facing the presumably unicorn, Renea will ask, may I speak with you?
Roll persuasion.
Dice rolls, don't let me down now. 19.
All right. Coming into view, trotting across the pond itself, its hoofs, walking along the water as if it were solid. A pure white stallion with a rainbow mane, a singular horn curling out from its head.
Renee just sort of stares in absolute wonder.
Would Desho know / have the presence of mind to think that unicorns tend not to like guys as much?
Let's see. You are the archaeologist, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a history religion.
20. Broken 20.
20. You would have that idea, yes.
Desho will give a 90-degree bow and back away. A solid, 15 feet.
Very good, very good. There is no issue with you retreating, only moving forward causes the issues with the wind.
I'd hope as much. No, you're not allowed to back up.
No, you are determined to lay here in my trap forever and ever.
You are stuck.
You failed your strength saving throw on backing up, so now you're being flung to the other side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, straight into the crater.
Wow.
Does the unicorn say anything as it approaches, or
It made
does
a
it
whinny
just-
sound, but it is looking at you.
Did the book say if unicorns are capable of speech?
It did. They are.
Okay.
They can speak Celestial, Elvish, Sylvan, and they can telepathically communicate, so they can speak with everyone pretty much.
Renea will, while still
Overstayed
kneeling,
unicorns at the UN.
she'll bow a little and I am sorry if we offended you by coming here.
The horse would slowly close its eyes and open them again. Will stamp its foot upon the ground as the water ripples beneath its feet. You will hear in your mind. Let me just make sure of this real quick. Your mind is clouded. You travel with those lost, broken. Travel with those taken by darkness. Why?
The ones who the light wrapped around and did not touch?
Yes. But I see there is darkness within you as well.
Boom, roasted.
Get called out.
You seek atonement. But
Yes.
more than that, there's a mark upon you.
A mark?
I sense displeasure. I sense your... I can't think of the word for this. Contempt, I think? Let me go Google, make sure that's the right definition of what I'm looking for. It's not exactly right, but I guess it gets the word across somewhat. Your contempt.
Contempt for who?
Those
Myself?
that grant you your power. You think their gifts are merely something for you to use. I can see this in your soul, in your mind. You think when they cannot provide you aid, that they are not there with you, that their strength is worthless. They try to show you the way. Whenever things seem dark and grim, you call out in desperation, and then in anger.
She looks down at the ground. far from the best cleric, but I do appreciate all that Lady Hestia does for me, as well as my patron.
Horse will kind of trot to the side a little bit with the unicorn.
I've got him.
What is it you wish?
You have the ability to purify things that are corrupted, correct?
In a way, yes. It should be noted these are all going in your mind. They don't actually like open their mouth and go blah 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 blah. This is through telepathy.
We seek to free Nemelphia from her corruption, but neither the druids nor even Sophronia herself is capable of telling us how. I thought perhaps you might either know or might be capable of doing so yourself.
Yes, her corruption is great. It digs through the earth like a foul virus moving through populations of mortals. I can sense it now, digging and churning among my borders. There's a way. I can feel it through the earth's roots. There are 4 pods tied to her life energy. These pods have been corrupted, transformed by the demonic energy that corrupts this land. Through purifying light, they can be cured, restored.
Do I possess the power necessary to wield that purifying light?
You are a cleric, so you have access to those
With access to
skills.
3rd level spells.
You have some strength in this regard, yes. Well, I'm pretty sure you didn't take that spell that you'd want to have, but you know.
Some strength, but not quite enough.
That'll be up to you. If you will persevere, or if you will fall.
I'm guessing that you will not aid us directly.
If you are lying with your companions now, then I would not give you what would be required, no. As long as you work with those of evil intent, a corrupted heart, you will have no aid from me.
I don't know about the Tabaxi. I met her recently. And John, he is complicated. I didn't think he was evil, honestly, and I do owe him my life. Is there a way I could help them?
Show them the light. It's John Lass from way over here.
Can I roll for a comedically timed chuckle?
Sure. Technically, you're not hearing any of this because only these two would hear it because of the mental link, but
Hence why comedically
Yeah.
timed just chuckle
Yep.
beyond the fall. I'm just a flat D20. Fucking 16 up, let's do that. No, absolutely not. That would be good.
I don't know if you can answer this question, but the Gith ruins, they were connected to the abyss. Could they be connected safely to one of the upper planes and undo the corruption, or would that let the corruption seep into the upper planes?
The unicorn will look out off into the distance where your companions wait at the edge of her glade. She'll look then back to you. The structure is connected to the planes. I do not know its controls or how it functions, only that it is tied to the planar energies of the universe.
Do you know a way where I might contact my patron and ask him if such a thing could be done safely?
You should already have that power.
I do, but it's not always reliable, unfortunately.
Then perhaps you should grow your strength, prove your devotion, and from there you will have a more direct access. Effectively get contact to another plane. Or commune. Commune will also work. There's also a couple other spells that would work too, but you know. Get a mechanical
you-
thing, and then you'll have a solid chance.
A unicorn just told you to get good.
Risk insanity, fool.
I see. This is mentally. Would
Yeah.
you happen to know my patron, Ikazalayan?
No.
I was hoping to learn more about him.
Perhaps he'll tell you more in time then.
So these 4 pods we seek, are they near the base of her tree, or are they
They're at the
a
heart
different-
of her cluster. You will find them in her chamber.
She'll likely try to stop us, won't she?
Yes. But as long as a fatal blow is not landed, she should survive. And the realm will cleanse itself over time.
Do you know of a way we can safely contain her without risking her death?
I cannot say.
Could you... I understand you do not wish to aid us, but would you be willing to aid her? To hold her in place, I guess? So that we don't have to harm her while we purify the nodes?
If I were to leave my glade, it would become corrupted, despoiled, and its magical energies that protect this realm will be lost. There's only so much that a dry can do to cleanse what was corrupted. I cannot leave as long as she remains corrupted.
Are there other unicorns here that can? Or just you?
I cannot say.
She's going to insight that. 26.
She will not say.
It is a true fact.
She totally can. She's not going to.
I see. The show, did you have any questions you could think of?
The show's just kind of like slightly in fear, slightly in awe, kind of been like spacing out a little bit, looking at the unicorn. Yeah. Um, Madam Unicorn, I do have one question for you. My father my father is a god, and he has not been in contact with me for around 50 years. It seems that he is unable to be, not that he chooses not to be. Would you know of a reason for this?
The unicorn will look towards the sky with just a brief glance before turning its gaze back upon you. It will shake its head. I cannot say.
Oh, thank you.
I suppose that is it then, and Renea, still kneeling, will bow again. Thank you for your aid. I suppose we shall take our leave now.
Yes.
And Renea will rise to her feet and walk away.
All right. And she will floop. And you still at the edge of the glade, or you fully leave to where John and Floopster are?
Let's exit the glade. I feel staying
Yep,
too much
pause at
further
the
might
edge of the
grant
glade.
some wrath.
Boop, 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 boop. All right.
Also, I like how a unicorn was cool with the dragon just chilling in the glade.
You know,
You know?
it's a brass dragon.
True. Of all the dragons, most likely to get along with a unicorn. At least in the top 3.
How was your chat with a horse?
They're unicorns, John.
Incredibly uninformative. I didn't even hear most of it.
You didn't?
Interesting.
No, you were just staring and making motions like you were talking, but there were no words.
Renea was actually speaking, except for that time she asked about her patron using his true name. That was the only time she did so mentally.
So you have heard all of
Still,
Renea's words besides that.
Unicorn said nothing. You just stared at it, speaking to it.
Oh, it was just contacting me that time then.
Yes, and it did the same to me when I asked a question.
Did it answer me? Did Renee hear Desho's answer?
No.
Okay. Was it able to answer your question, Desho?
No. Not in the slightest.
She was able to give us some help. There's 4 pods around Melfia's tree tied to her life force, and that's what we have to cleanse using divine light.
Paul looks at his scepter. Do you think this would help?
Perhaps. I have a few spells that might help, like ceremony, but ceremony's not particularly powerful nor particularly quick. And she didn't know of a way we could, pin Nemelphia down while we cleanse her. Meaning we'll have to fight her, but avoid actually killing her.
Well, if you think you can cleanse all the pods in about a minute, you always just banish her. Hopefully.
You love that fucking spell.
Oh, you better be afraid as soon as I get imprisonment.
Actually,
I'm gonna start holding ransoms.
I
Actually-
could be capable of restraining her with the spell for a short time, or 10 minutes,
We
potentially.
can discuss a strategy once we know better what we're up against.
I can inscribe a circle, magic circle, in a minute around the point where she left. And when she comes back, she would be trapped inside. Well, hopefully trapped inside.
That would work.
That's a plan. I say we go scope out what we're up against.
I agree.
This
We also
plan is
have,
much less
the rest of
practical
the
if we have to.
We
What was it? I'm sorry.
we also have the rest of the upper floors to look through, don't we?
I never got to get a good chance
yeah.
to look at that library.
Let's go back to the Gith ruins.
Walk and talk.
Walk and talk. Walk and talk.
All right.
Walk
Do
and
you wish to
talk.
travel?
Yes.
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 All right, travel. Let's see here. Overland travel. You would like to go at a fast, normal, or slow speed?
If we go normal, can we reach the place by nightfall?
Roll
It's
me a
only
survival
like-
check.
Isn't it only
Yeah,
like
we definitely-
noon?
Cartographer's check would also work.
It's
It is 4
hours,
p.m.
2 hours.
currently.
Oh, okay.
Well,
25.
4 plus some time because you guys spent some time here, but
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, like 5.
you have a
4:30.
+8 survival check.
She's got proficiency in survival.
When did this happen?
She's always had proficiency.
Okay. I knew
This-
Daniel had it because I knew he was a hunter, but I thought you were like the cleric in the land of I'm going to sit in my temple.
The
No, she
zero.
was an
What do you-
apothecary. She
Yeah,
was
what
a
do you-
cleric.
Oh,
The
okay. I remember
zero
now.
What do you do in
religion.
a
Yeah.
small town, Sage?
And
Okay,
8 survival.
Okay. I remember now why you have that. Okay. I was.
This is comical. I apologize.
Yep.
It
All
was
right.
6, and then I got an Ion Stone and hit level 9. So
Let's see here. In that case.
We can medium pace this boy,
Let's get moving.
but
You are looking at about 6 miles.
a fast pace would be nice to give us more time to look through the library, because meta talk here. Sage did say that the thing was slowly disappearing in about, 3 days?
I'm gonna look at my DM notes to see when it disappears.
pretty sure you said like after the time to save Nemelphia is too far gone.
No. You can still have access to her grove. That was never going to be an issue. The dungeon itself, though, so like all the main pre-ruin structure, that only lasted for the 4 days, which you've already spent 1 day.
Oh, 4 days. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was 3, so we've got time. We can walk.
Interesting. The ruin will disappear the same day Hingel's bag of holding falls apart.
Well, ain't that a quinky dink? Actually, how does that work? Because, right, it was dropped in the abyss, which time moves slower there.
I think it would be time relative to the bag.
Yeah, it's time relative to the bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Did you see my other message from earlier, Sage, where Minerva was gonna go towards Sophronia's Grove and try to speak to her after Stag's Glen?
Oh, they would not be able to speak with her.
She just ignores them.
No, you can see that there is corruption at the edge of her grove, not inside it, and that is all that you're getting from that. So you can try spending time to speak with them, but to no avail.
She's a little busy at the moment.
So, what pace do we want to go there? fast, or how many hours will it be
well,
at each point?
it is. You guys are 6 miles away. You have a ranger in your party, which means you have the guide benefit, and because of them as well, you are doing a road or trail rather than trackless, which means you are looking at you can be there in the hour if you do fast pace.
Let's do fast.
Sure, why
Dummy
not?
quick.
That way we can still get into Melfia.
Yeehaw!
All right.
And I imagine around this time is when Minerva would have reached Sophronia's Grove and gotten no answer.
Let's see here.
She's got 100-foot movement because she can't get exhausted, so she can dash and she can fly. So
And just phase through the trees.
Don't we all?
17.
Wait, hold on.
The
What secrets are you hiding from me?
show was a familiar the whole time.
Show is a figment of everybody's
Bit
imagination.
more, but yeah, just like right here. So a bit more travel outside of the unicorn glade, but yeah, about then.
So by the time we get back, Renee will have been like, Minerva will be like, yeah, there's no answer, and Renee will just call her back.
All right. So about 10 minutes into your travel northward is when she will be called back. But fast pace it then.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, moving forward. Moving on up.
In the world.
Damn it, John! Why'd you have to be evil?
Hey, he is not solely to
16.
blame here.
Then why'd
Oh.
you have to be boring?
I did that backwards. All right, take 2.
Floofster, why'd you have to eat noodles?
Udon
Oh,
good.
I did the math wrong. I'm a derp. 2 hours.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was 12 miles, not 6 miles. I was apparently using the line tool does not give you accurate information.
We've been lied to.
Yep.
We've been bamboozled.
Indeed. Anyways, 2 hours later. Not enough for an encounter check, so you're good there. But 2 hours later, traveling through the forest, you can see that as you draw closer to Flendrin's Hold itself, you can definitely see the corruption is spreading faster than before. As at this point, night has fallen, or at least sun is setting. It is over the horizon and is pretty dark for the most part because you are in a valley, and there's this giant mountain range here which is blocking the sun's full view to you guys. So
I have to wash my boots.
you
after this.
arrive at Blendrin's Hold.
Regarding the corruption, is it spreading faster because of night? Is that something it did previously?
You think it's just spreading faster because of the close proximity to your deadline. Yes, you guys would return. I don't have the update for the corruption on this map, but look at this corner here, and then split it everywhere else.
Oh
Fun.
boy.
What are you doing, mister? Go away. Alright, but you have arrived at Blendrin's Hold.
Oh. There are doppelgangers now.
Where? Oh, wait, let me go delete those doppelgangers. You don't
must
exist!
We must fight and kill ourselves.
There we go.
Fight and kill yourselves, who only have access to physical attacks. Now we're talking.
All right, I think we should go inside. I'll set up a tiny hut. We take a rest and then look at the library.
If you're
I
going to
say
be
so.
looking at things, though, you should probably have a detect magic spell up in case of any more magic traps, you know?
Sure. Paul will start ritual casting detect magic.
I like how everyone's just running ahead. Alright, so you're gonna be way back here while you ritual casting that.
Oh.
We would probably wait for him.
Alright.
The
I'm just
show's
seeing it
excited.
just going zoop. Just like, boom.
Well,
The
I
show
mean,
loves this place. This place is a dream come true for him.
It's true. It's
we have
a
power
living
here now.
it's living history for you. Which is
We have-
fading history, but you know.
Renee will actually approach the show. Do you have any idea how the planar connections of the Gith ruins work? Like, could you invert it? So instead of connecting to the abyss, it connects to the upper planes?
Give me an Arcana check to show.
Let's go.
Is this something Renea can use guidance on to help, or no?
Yes.
Renea will give you some guidance as she sees you thinking.
Thank you very much. That's a D4.
Yeah.
Yeah, since you procced the knowledge check, you are free to use it. If it's like a reactionary thing, that's something where you don't have time to use the action to give it. But this is something you procced, so you're good. Still bamboozled by the fact that you
24.
got a 25 survival. All
Don't
right,
worry about it.
24. Let's see here. So, from your study of the Gith Empire, you know that all of their structures seem to have a connection to the different planes of existence, heavily tied to the conjurative magics of planar travel. Specifically, you're not sure how they did this, but you know that it can be linked to any plane. The reason why this one was linked to the Abyss is either that someone put it to the Abyss, or there was already a rift in this area that was formed from the Abyss that latched onto this temple itself as kind of like a beacon of sorts to expand its opening.
I relay all this and add, I don't know how it works, but I'd bet if we do some investigating and probably some very, very powerful magic, we would be more than able to shift that connection unless it's something like where the rift already existed and just latched on. I'd imagine that'd be harder to reverse because that's a pre-existing thing. But if someone set this to go to the abyss, then I imagine that it's perfectly possible.
I wonder if it would be safe, though. I get the feeling that it might possibly be dangerous or even a terrible idea.
Well, the Gith used to do it pretty frequently. This was in all their temples and fortresses and structures.
Yeah, but then they totally disappeared off the face of the earth, and no one knows how. And looking at the ruins underneath this fading facade, that looks like a giant crater over there. She points to the center of the hallway.
Well, if it's immediately dangerous, then they would have died after the first time they built this.
Unless they just pissed something off and then it decided to wipe them from existence. That's the kind of thing I'm concerned about.
You're very optimistic. The show is going to take out his notebook and flip through and see all the secret passages that he has noted down the locations of.
Excellent. About this time is when Paul becomes blinded by the magic that surrounds him.
Like the entire place appears to be magical.
Yeah, I mean it's fading.
It has been conjured back into existence.
It is losing its
From-
connection to this plane, so it is breaking down. It is definitely coming back to a ruin. So yeah, you're blind, and I suggest you turn that off before you permanently become blind.
Yeah, I will drop the detect magic.
Excellent.
The
What
booze has
happened?
limited time.
What happened, Paul?
This place is suffused with magic. Trying to detect it overwhelms the senses. He says,
Like
rubbing his
staring
eyes.
at the sun?
Yeah, something like that.
Surprised you didn't sneeze.
What?
What?
You ever get the sun in your eyes and sneeze?
No?
No?
Oh,
That's a thing.
Maybe that's just a thing in Aetherstorm.
Well, you have
Maybe.
A lot of dust.
elf heritage, Kenna?
yeah.
I mean, that makes sense that the light would affect you a little differently, right? Don't they all live underground?
That's racist.
That's more than mildly racist, in fact. Granted, I just called a.
Yeah, you're people are cave people, right?
Yeah.
Granted, I just called a.
Renee, you can't say
unicorn a
that.
horse, so like.
It's not, I mean, it's inside a cave, but Mojakes is quite an impressive city. They've even got an artificial sun.
Well, from what I've heard, my parents didn't come from there. It's slightly more of a nomadic tribe, warring. Yeah. Glad I don't know that side of my family.
Wait, you're not from Modrikesh?
No.
Not all elves are from Modricus.
Well, she met us in Modrikesh, so
Yeah,
And I
it's
met
not
you in
like
the Abyss doesn't
Yeah.
mean I'm from the Abyss.
I was just about to say something like that.
and I ain't no like druid, and I popped out of a stone and met you.
Oh, I need to hear this.
Do you not use the waystones? I suppose it's not druidic, but that was mainly for the humor of the situation. No?
Well, this is big. That happened because me, Mason, does
This
not know
does not know.
that.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware. I'm trying to stay in character with it.
so the waste stones are like a bunch of teleportation linked stones that typically have major cities around them. This is a character I'm explaining. Like there's one by Sonata, there's one in Aether Storm, and if you attune to one, then you have it attuned, and if you attune to another one, you
Think of
have it.
them like the way shrines in Diablo.
Okay.
And there are also druidic versions
The Menhir stones.
that do
They
the
run
same
off
thing.
their own network.
Yeah, the Menhir stones are connected to the ley lines. The way stones are pretty much just teleportation circles.
Nice.
But they got some more stuff to it than that. But effectively, the teleportation circles.
To show
So yeah,
complete and total knowledge of the secret ins and outs of this place, is going to, starting with the ones closest to the statue that sent everyone to the Abyss originally, is going to start going through them and seeing if he can put together any mechanics behind the realm switching.
All right, roll me a Arcana check as well as an engineering check. You will need to succeed both.
Renea will go with him. Can she provide guidance?
also an engineering check.
Yeah, what would that be?
That's a new one.
Yeah, engineering is a tool proficiency type, and you can provide guidance. Yes,
Engineering keys off Ent.
yes.
Cool.
You
Broken
can add
funny.
guidance to that.
21.
Is that the Arcana?
Yeah.
All right, now for the engineering.
Partially because Renea doesn't trust people to poke around important things, and partially because she's got nothing better to do.
And I will also slap Destiny in addition to guidance on this one.
Well, depending on the roll.
Well,
if it's
yeah,
bad, you
You
can't
can
say
add
that.
Destiny afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
can I now?
Yep, you
yeah,
can.
yeah. You don't have to preempt it, luckily.
I'm guessing Renea can't provide help on either of these checks.
Nope. You can only provide help if you are proficient in the relevant skill or tool, and I know no one's proficient in engineering, so.
Because you didn't tell anyone about it.
Since all of us were like, "What's engineering?"
I mean, it's in the equipment guide.
Oh well, I'm just dumb then. That's fine. I will make a very Texan engineer
15.
after this.
All right.
On the engineering.
15 on the engineering. And 21 on the Arcana.
And that was with using a destiny.
Yep.
Destiny on the
There
engineering.
you go.
yeah.
Mark that destiny use real quick.
You wouldn't happen to be a slave background, would you?
I would not.
All right.
Flashback to that time we had 3 slaves for one session.
Look at that. How does it feel to use your second destiny throughout? Or sorry, I didn't. This is not correct. This is not calculating your total. How does it feel to use your fourth destiny?
Wonderful.
Excellent. All right. I'm just making sure that these are correct because apparently I didn't have yours grabbing that row. So 5. You should be at 5, not 4. You should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 for you. Yep, that's correct. Hey, you haven't used any destiny in a while. That's nice. You should just be at 1. That's good. 1, 3, 5, 6 for you. That's good. No change there. Then let's go look at JC's. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13,
Mhm.
14, 15, 17. There are
Ouch.
2 missing from them, and
Oh my
1.
god.
Okay,
You can see why they took the slave as the rat.
1, 4, 6, 7, 8. I need to add 8 more to this slot, even though they only have the 1, because of the shoops boops. Actually, I'm going to put that on the side. Old Destiny equals 8. And we have 1, 2, 2 from that one. Okay, 10. So our total should be
A lot.
that plus this. Okay, I have it set up now. We're good. So, in that case, now that that's covered and all that fun stuff, unfortunately,
All that work.
while your Arcana did seem to get some insight to it, to the fact where you definitely know it's dealing with planar travel, it's dealing with some circles of teleportation, some of the ley lines of the realms, but something else. You're not quite sure what that something else is. In terms of the engineering, you have no idea. Everything just goes right over your head. You're looking at all these mechanics and you're just like, I have no idea what this means. It's like
So
looking
I
at
have
some what's it called? Not rocket science, physics. I think looking at that as someone who just got out of like middle school. You're just like I don't know what I'm looking at.
all right for sure, but did I locate the mechanics of it? I just don't understand them.
You can certainly locate the mechanical parts with this statue here, as it can rotate, and the gears involved with it, but
Right.
you don't know if that is specifically tied to um, its shifting, or if that was just tied to the abyss and whatnot. You can give me an investigation to figure out more about that, though.
I'm good at that.
hmm
Have some guidance.
Do you have a cowboy hat?
Me personally, or
Yes,
to show?
to show.
Um, yes.
Okay,
With the yes.
cool, good. We're just making sure that you're sticking with the archaeologist theme.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, because Indiana Jones and all that.
Yes. Of course.
All right,
16.
16. Unfortunately, that is not enough.
All right. Well, I already have the mechanics of this statue sketched out from my first time going through. Uh, so I am going to go down this because it is the closest secret.
Oh, that's
That
that's a
can
normal
be
stairwell. It's actually always up to
it's
the second
normal
floor.
stairwell.
Yeah.
Is there a
You
secret?
have this one, you have this one, you have this one, and you have this one.
Huh, I was too zoomed in. Can you do those all again, please?
Yep. You have the one at the chapel.
Chapel,
You have the one behind the throne.
throne.
You have the one over here,
Okay,
and then you have the one in the forge.
forge. Okay. I am going to go in the one behind the chapel
All right.
and see if I can't do any sleuthing back there.
Are you on the Discord yourself, or no, the map tools yourself?
Yes,
Cool.
I am.
All right, move on over there. We're gonna do some secrets with you.
Oh, fun.
Renee would be there with him because she was helping him in the chapel.
Yeah, with guidance.
All right, you two. We're gonna take you into Apple's chat. 1 second. Copying your tokens.
Apples.
I'm gonna put you on the basement map in DM view. So players will be confused, but you guys will know stuff. And I'm gonna
How
drag to
fun.
apples now. Move to apples. Move to apples.
Apples.
So, I want you guys to move to the basement map. I know you can't, Jordan, but I'll help you with that. So let me know when you're on the basement map.
It's too bad we weren't able
Hmm.
to figure out how things worked to show.
70. Really, really, truly, I would love to know more about that. I think if we ever find our way back to Aetherstorm, I could show these kinds of sketches to someone and maybe grant some more insight into it. But I assume by then all this will be long gone.
I'll be right back from this chat while you guys are loading. I need to go ask them a question real quick.
I wonder.
Hello, I have a quick question for you guys.
Oh god.
Sure.
Uh, where are you actually located on this floor?
Oh
I
boy.
I guess I would have been walking towards the library, so probably somewhere I
So you'd
could.
be up there.
Yeah.
I know JC would be with you just because of their, you know, brother, sister, all that.
Mhm.
Honestly, may as well follow. I've got the whole gift thing. I might be able to read some of them books.
All right. And what about Kenna?
Kenna would probably be closer to John.
All right. And just for ease, I'm gonna keep Flooster with you guys. No. All right. Cool, cool. I'm going back to the others now. Hello.
Hello. I may have horribly misread the class, but no, I don't think so.
So, for you guys, are you loaded?
Yes. Oh my,
All
this
right.
is tiny.
Cool. I'm going to enforce and center. The others will be able to see what's going on, but they will not be able to hear. But I have found where they're located, so we're good. That's
Okay.
all going to be stupid moves for them. So, for stream view, shifting on over to the basement.
Renee will send Minerva ahead to scout, of course.
And do you recall my previous warnings about that? You are
She's
totally
going
100% available to. I just want to make sure that you remembered and then.
Yeah, she's going to be careful about phasing through
Okay.
walls.
There you
Phasing
are.
through doors, on the other hand.
All right. Moving down the stairwell, it is dark and dank, and it seems to obscure the overhead view as the basement seems to not have faded yet. It looks like the ceiling is still here, and there seems to be no issues. Minerva, moving ahead, flies around the corner and sees the stairwell lets out into a small chamber with a door at the southern end.
Uh, there's a door up ahead. And Melbor said that when they were investigating this place back when the corruption first started, they were attacked by like plant monsters and stuff. So we probably should be careful.
The show will light a firebolt in his hand and say, "Well, we'll deal with that if it comes."
I'd rather not get into a fight without the others here. And then she'll ask Minerva to go forward and through the door.
All right,
And
flying
she is
forward,
invisible.
checking things out real quick. All right, they would fly through the door, revealing the interior. They'd fly into what appears to be a storage room. A bunch of crates that are bloodied, a small center podium with three side podiums. Atop it is a sword, a goblet, and a crystal sphere. And then there's a shelf in here that seems to be, unlike the others, not damaged or covered in blood.
Uh, Minerva's going to do a perception check
All
really
right.
quick. What is her bonus? Just +2. Keep lowest +2.
Imagine the panic of everyone in the other chat when they see rolls start happening.
Is it KL1 for
Keep
disadvantage?
lowest. Yeah, keep lowest.
Good job, Minerva. That's a 20.
All right. Looking around the room, you see that there are a bunch of crates and barrels and sacks that seem to be strewn about the area. Um, a few of the items previously mentioned, you don't seem to notice any creatures or anything like that. The room seems to be just empty.
Okay, so the room is empty, other than, things in it. bunch of old crates and shelves covered in blood, one new shelf, and then a podium in the center with like crystal, a sword, and a cup.
Hmm.
So, other than traps, I think we're safe.
Uh, all right.
We should probably check the door first, though, just in
I'd
case.
I'd agree. The show is gonna be
You seem like you're
typical.
better at looking into things than I am.
I have made a career of it.
She'll give you guidance.
I'm gonna check the door for traps.
All right. Investigation check.
18.
Doesn't seem to be any traps on the door.
All right.
Do you
don't
want resistance before you open it?
I was about to say I don't see anything on here, but I'm not terribly sure.
All right. She'll
I've
cast
been wrong
resistance on
before.
you, and
As
then
you are
stand
doing
to the
this,
side.
something happens.
Oh, fun.
Before you cast the spell specifically. Um, quick thing, since I missed out. What happened as you were going down the stairs? Describe everything
Uh,
that you did.
the show, as his typical archaeological practice, was looking at the ground, avoiding any misshapen spots, beams of light, pretty much anything you see in an Indiana Jones movie. Uh, straight tiptoeing down the staircase.
All right, Renee.
It was wide enough for Renee to fly, right?
No.
It looked like it was 10 feet wide.
Yeah.
So if she can get a couple inches off the floor, she would just follow right behind the show.
Do you recall what I said your wingspan was?
I don't think you
Because I'm
ever
pretty sure
actually
it was
said
6 feet, which means you need at least a 12-foot area to be able to fly without issue. Because
Can
6 feet on either side.
Okay. Am I capable of like slowly hovering, like flying with a reduced movement speed?
Um, not in that stairwell, but you can fly without issue here. It's just in the stairwell now.
Then she would have been following directly behind the show, trying to mimic what he's doing.
Right? What about Minerva?
Yeah, just drifting on, being intangible.
All right. And everyone is currently located where they're currently located. I don't have any misplacements.
Seems to,
Uh,
yeah.
Renee would probably be behind the show.
Okay, so here. All right. As you are investigating the door, you would hear something. And 1 second. Does a 10, 19, 16, 15, or 13 hit Minerva?
Her AC is 17, so
All right, so that is 1 hit. All right, looking at something real quick.
is that magical physical?
I haven't rolled it yet. That is 1 point of piercing damage, and then 6 points of poison damage.
I believe she's immune to poison damage. Damage resistance, fire, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical, immune to radiant and poison.
All right,
So she
so
suffers 1 point or 0 points?
0 points. Minerva, as you guys are discussing this, would have not really seen. Oh, sorry, they were hidden, so I have advantage. Let me change this. Might do more damage. I don't think I'm gonna kill you unless Minerva has like 3 HP, but I need to roll 4 more times. So that one is a crit.
Are these
One
abilities seeing?
confirmed. They have blind sight, which is why I noticed that they had that. I was like, oh shit, they actually see Minerva. So I need
Bad.
I need a roll to see. So that is a confirmed crit. The second one is a 17 to hit, which I believe your AC was 16, correct?
It is 17.
17. So that is 17. So that is a hit instead of the 16. Now for the 15, is it 22? So that's another hit. And so one misses. So I will roll the crit. I'm going to ignore the poison damage because, So that is 1 damage from that one. That after reductions. And the second one is also 1 damage, so that's 2 total. And the last one is 1 damage, so 3 damage total. It's 4 thorns fly towards Minerva, piercing their central light, dealing minor damage, but they are injured.
Can Renee recall her into her pocket dimension, make it look like she died?
Not as a reaction, no. But Minerva would alert you that they were attacked, and then you guys can react as accordingly. Actually, roll me initiative to see if they can get another attack on Minerva.
Plus 1 for me, and 20 plus 7 for Minerva.
22.
22. All right, so 19 and 22.
19's for Minerva,
19's
15 is for me.
Okay, 19 for Minerva, 15 you. All right, selecting tokens, marking it up, and 15, 17, 19. Sorting initiative. All right, so one of them gets to go before Minerva.
Renea will whisper a quick warning to Desho about things being
Yeah,
in there.
in case Minerva dies,
Yeah,
is why
I
I'm not
heard
having them
it.
visible yet. But yeah.
Well, Renea has a telepathic. Okay, yeah, she can't see through her eyes unless she's using her action.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. We're gonna use this since that was the surprise. Here's an actual murder.
Oh, fun.
All right, 4 more thorns will fly towards Minerva. So that is 2 hits for another 1 and 1 damage. So you're now at a total of 5 damage suffered.
All right, she's at half HP.
All right. Now Minerva has gained initiative.
Minerva will. She can't really go prone, but she'll kind of like sink to the floor like she's dying and injured. And as a. I mean, she doesn't know if these things can see her or if it's blind sight. So she's going to change her light from the golden, even though she's still invisible, to like red and dark.
Gotcha.
And that's what she's going to do.
All right. Very good. From there, we go to the show.
So, excuse me. I'm dying. It's fine.
Renee would have whispered to you there's like 4 or 5 of them.
So, is there like a keyhole in this door kind of deal?
Not a keyhole, but there is a doorknob.
Doorknob? The show is going to. It's a double door, correct?
Single door.
Single door.
It's just extra thick.
It's just extra. It's thicky. Okay.
Yep, 2 C's thick.
The show is going to crack open the door and peek in.
All right, opening the door.
Trying his hardest not to have the door squeak or anything.
Well, then give me a sleight of hand.
Renee looks panicked as you do this. Like, why are you doing this?
Because I, unlike you, cannot summon a thing that goes
Oh,
through walls.
and for Minerva, have them give me a deception.
She has neutral charisma.
She is a glowing ball.
3. It looks very convincing.
All right. Now for your sleight of hand.
14.
All right, the door squeaks. You tried, but the door squeaks. Opening the door, you can see that. Let me get some VBL on the walls real quick to see what you would see from your current angle. All right, you would see.
I guess I should have asked. Which side are the hinges of this door are on?
It opens this way. So.
So, okay. So I'd be looking in at this kind of angle.
Yeah. So effectively,
Okay.
since the door is opened in, it's kind of like that. for the if I put you here, you can kind of see that there's now a VBL right there if you hover over your token.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're not there yet. So from
If
here,
I can do that without my character card absorbing the screen. Okay,
yeah.
wonderful.
So from here, you would see these three green plant-like creatures with a rose-like head. Um, oh, and let me
Okay.
add some more VBL. That is what you would immediately see as you open the door.
There's some kind of plant monster. Um, doesn't look friendly. Shot your glowing orb.
Yeah, I know.
Is yelling for help out of the question? I vote we do that.
We try and run, then get help.
That works too. The show is gonna straight up tiptoe back up the stairs.
Roll me a stealth check.
I'm better at that. Hold on. Would my previous steps on the stairs help me navigate back up sneakily?
No.
No? Okay. 8.
Oh no, you rolled a 1. All right. Luckily the stone steps here are stone, so they don't squeak, but you're not exactly being cautious. You are trying to be cautious, but you are too. There are a bunch of plant things down there, and they look dangerous. So
The
there's.
show is canonically afraid of plants.
Yep. So yeah, there you go.
Any plant that grows in a ruin is bad. I don't care what you say.
It's true. All right. There we go. That is your turn. We go to Renea.
Renea
I did.
will.
Sorry, just that action economy question.
Yeah.
So the door would have been my check.
Door
No,
item interaction. Sleight of hand was your free check, movement, and then used your action to stealth.
action to stealth.
Yep, because
I
you don't have
can.
bonus action hide.
Yes, I do.
You do? Oh,
Yeah, cunning
then.
action.
Oh,
Rogue.
well,
Rogue
yeah.
3,
You
baby.
are a rogue 3. I thought you were rogue. Oh yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
Rogue 3, 5 or 6.
Yep. Then you are good to use your action.
Action. I
Or
will.
use your bonus action if you prefer that one.
I will hold my action with a firebolt aimed at the door in case it opens because plants are scary.
Oh, the door's still open.
The door's still open.
Yeah.
If anything comes through the door.
Okay.
Because plants are scary.
Yeah. You have to use your action if you wanted to close it because you opened it with your initial.
Yes.
But yeah, very good. Renea, you are now held to murder things if they go through the door.
They've seen us, yeah.
I mean, the door is open.
They're plants. They don't have eyeballs.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at this thing.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Renee is going to dismiss Minerva into the pocket, preserve her life and 10 gold.
Hmm.
And then Renee is going to retreat up the stairs. So action to dismiss familiar. I don't have a bonus action unless I want to use expeditious
30 feet of
retreat.
movement to there. All right, very good. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. From there, we move to Roselings. I'm gonna put us in the other group now, just because I think they'll enjoy, hopefully hearing your cries of help, so they can come
Oh,
and
joy.
help you guys, because you guys are gonna need help. Anyways,
My favorite.
let's join with them. Hello, we're back.
Man, that astral
Combat's
dreadnought came out
happening,
of
so
nowhere.
you know, astral dreadnoughts, they're deadly.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
I'm
Figured.
I'm gonna make these ones
I'm-
now visible.
I'm half expecting there just to actually be a fucking astral dreadnought just vibing down here.
As they retreat up the stairs, Renee says to the show, "Why did you open the door?
Because I cannot see through walls.
You didn't
All
need
right.
to see. I told you there were enemies."
Let's see here.
What if it was like tiny
What-
little babies that we could just kick?
It's going to hop on over to here to get a full view of you guys, checking distances.
We're just gonna.
It is going to use more of its hopping to hop to here, which will trigger your reaction to show.
Huh?
Hopping? I didn't know astral dreadnoughts hopped.
Oh, they do.
Oh,
Believe you
so you
me.
guys can see what's going on. There you
Oh,
go.
okay. Oh, what the hell?
That's
Yeah,
still
he
loading
found
for me.
fast.
Rosalie!
Plant Things did 5 damage to Minerva, and then Desho opened the door, letting them know
Bro.
we were here too.
Rosalie! Also, what are
Damn
you
it,
doing
Desho.
splitting the party?
9.
I
Oh,
did
I'm
tell you
rolling
guys
so
last
well.
session that basement was danger zone, and
That's
then
why I was scouting ahead with Minerva, and then someone went and opened the door.
I mean she was still in danger zone too. You can
Minerva was
easily
fine.
alert party monsters down below, and then if they alert things above, suddenly they're interested in going above. So, you know, that's not a foolproof scout. It's a solid scout because they're invisible, but it's not foolproof. Anyways, that is a 9 to hit. The firebolt will fly forward. In your panic, it just crashes against the far wall, shattering a bit of sparks upon it, but these sparks quickly go out. No flame caught. The creature,
Wonderful.
now having its full turn, it's within 30 feet of you. It's very happy with that. He's going to use Sling 4 Thorns towards Desho, and he will use his bonus action to use Vine Grapple upon you.
Oh, how fun.
So let's first do the thorns.
Wait,
1,
how
2,
big are
3,
these
4.
things? Like people-sized?
What was your question?
How big are these things? Like people-sized?
They are small, so like about the size of a halfling. That is a
Okay.
19 to hit for 4 piercing and 8 poison.
Oh, lordy me. Okay. Hold on. I can do something against this. I will use my rapier.
Using the
Uh,
deflecting property.
Using the deflecting property. Yes, I will go. Fuck you.
Very good, very good. So using your deflecting property on your rapier, I believe. Wait, that has a reaction. You've already used your reaction.
Is holding action a reaction?
Yep, it takes your
Oh,
reaction
fun.
to use it.
Well, how fun. In which
That's
case,
unfortunate.
I eat 3 of those.
Should those attacks be at disadvantage, Sage? It says 2060.
Oh, it is 2060. Let me re-roll those. So those are the first roll for each of them. Let me get the
Fair.
second roll to see if any of those don't hit. So first one, oh, that's a natural one. I'll have to re-roll that one. First one is not a 19, but a 19. Second one is not a 20, but a 20. You have disadvantage on these, so it's the lower one. So that is still a 20. 23 is still a 23. Jesus Christ, I'm rolling so many 20s right now. And obviously I can't get any lower than a 1, so let's see if that fumble confirms. It does not. Well, my dice are hot, apparently. Jesus Christ.
So I eat 2
Renee's
of them.
gonna cast Shield on Desho, giving him +5 AC.
Kill the
All right, what is your
non-believers.
AC now with +5?
23.
23. All right, so in that case, that is 1 hit upon you for 2 piercing and 7 poison.
Wonderful. 2, and okay, so that puts me at 63.
All right, the creature will then use its bonus action to use Vine Grapple. I need you to make me a strength saving throw or become grappled.
Because I've been doing those so well.
Oh no.
7.
How can they just be
7. You are grappled and dragged forward towards the vine, or the rose link.
You're
Condition
so
grappled.
small. How are you doing this?
All right, and at the start of your turn, until you are freed from this grapple, you'll be suffering 6 poison damage.
Oh, how fun.
All right, we then go to Roseling No Number. We'll hop, hop, hop. Let's see here, you're closest, so you're probably going to be the target. That means you're probably going to be suffering a lot of sadness right now. Plus side, you have +5 AC, so that's good.
+5 AC and being dragged by vines implies that I was pulled, like as in like am prone on the ground.
Not pull, not prone, just dragged
prone.
forward. Yeah. When you're grappled, it moves you next to him because grappled mechanics. But yeah. Let's see here. This one is going to chuck 4 thorns towards you to show. Chuck, 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 chuck. So let's see. That is 23 of AC. So we are looking at a
Nothing.
Yep, no hits. All right. Bonus action. I only used how much movement did I use? 15 feet. All right. Let's see. Can I get within 30 feet of you? I can. That is 25 feet to there, which is my base speed. I'm then going to Vine Grapple Renea.
I'm guessing the elevation of the stairs don't help.
Oh, that is true. Let's see, that'd be. You might. Let's see here. You should be at 10 feet of elevation because if that's 2 steps or 4 steps, so that's 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. So elevation, checking the distance. Now 35 feet. You are just out of range. So you're good.
Good.
All right, number 3. He's going to hop forward to here and he's going to chuck some darts at the show. Chuck, 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 chuck. Miss,
Why does he
miss,
think that
miss,
4
miss.
attacks?
All right, Rosling number 2. He's going to hop over to here and we'll chuck 4 darts towards the show. Chuck, 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 chuck. That is
So he
one
made the right decision.
one hit for 3 piercing, 9 poison. Oh, and you might be out of range. Let me check. You are. I'll roll again to see if with disadvantage. Miss. Ignore that.
Beautiful.
All right, top of the round, number 4. He's going to hop, hop, hop forward to here, and you are also out of range, so I'll just roll these at disadvantage. I'll just roll manually, and if I get any hits, I'll roll the damage macro. So let's see. First one, miss. Rolling to see if I get a
Good
fumble. Don't have a fumble. Second one, miss. Not a fumble. Third one, miss. Not a fumble. Fourth one, miss. Not a fumble. Almost a fumble. All right, cool. And obviously you're already grappled, so we don't need to use our bonus action to get you. Minerva is pocketed, so we go to the show. You have regained
We
your
are
reaction.
Legion.
Right, at the start of your turn, you suffer 6 poison damage. I really
Okay,
hope you
I
guys can
did
get
that
up those
before.
stairs so you can alert your party. Because right now they're blissfully unaware. And probably doing something very important because I believe you guys entered the library, which means you guys are doing a cinematic.
Or we were about to enter, I think.
Okay, about to. That's good. It means you're not going to be distracted.
I am going to proc my bear armor,
Excellent.
giving me 10 temporary hit points every
Delicious.
round, non-stacking.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
So, with that, I will, and I am grappled. Yes, 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 yes. As an action and at the end of their turn. So I could make the check twice a turn if I use my action to do it.
Say again?
Reading. It says a creature can make the save again as an action and at the end of their turn.
Yes, if you use your action, you can get an additional boost.
All right, I am going to use my action to leave the vines.
All right.
So,
Give me another DC 16 strength save.
11.
You are still grappled with your action.
That I am. Okay. Then I guess I don't have anything very fun for this, do I? I really don't. That's
Also, at the end of this round, I'm going to go upstairs and see what you guys are doing. And then we'll go back to this. Just meanwhile, in non-danger land.
yeah. End of turn. Roll again. 16.
All right, you are no longer grappled at the end of your turn. Which means you are no longer suffering from the damage dot.
Beautiful.
All right. Renea.
Okay.
I
Renea's
will
gonna-
yell, actually, at the end of my turn. I will yell. Go, get everyone.
Renee will nod. She'll reach into her pouch and pull out her handle, which extends into the full-length staff. And then she's gonna martial check these guys.
All right.
22.
That's enough for their traits and something additional. They have combo, meaning that they have abilities that up to 2 abilities whose effects are particularly synergistic, so they combo off each other. And then they have deadly, meaning that they have a higher than normal damage output.
You don't say.
In addition to that, you can learn one thing about them. You can learn about statistics. You can learn about their actions. Sorry, not actions. They're pretty simple, so I'm not going to have you waste that. You already know about their bonus action option, so I will give you their only other option, which is their special. Flurry of Pain. When a Roselink hits with at least 3 of its thorn attacks on a single creature, that creature must make a DC 15 con save or become stunned for 1d3 rounds. The creature gains another save at the end of their turn. That's the combo.
Lordy me.
Renee is going to call
That's
out,
filthy.
"Don't let them hit you.
I'm trying.
Really hope there's nothing valuable in there." She will point her staff into the room. And let me find this really quick. This is a demonstration of what her fireball casting looks like. The inspiration for it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Share to Discord. And she's going to cast Fireball, aiming to hit all of them except the one, to Deshaux's left. So that way she doesn't hit Deshaux.
Yeah. So area effect power, you were looking at something like this.
Yep.
All right. Cool. What is your dex save DC?
It has changed recently quite a bit. So the DC is 16.
All right. And what is the damage?
8d6. Can I add the extra bonus from the lightning damage from the rod to the fireball explosion, or no?
If you'd like to spend a charge from it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
All right.
And it's
Let me know the
D8.
separations because those are two different damage types.
It's a D8 for the staff, right?
Staffs are D6s,
D6.
unless mine specifically said otherwise.
That is 25 fire and 3 lightning.
25 fire, 3 lightning. All right. 25 fire, 3 lightning. Make it so. All right. Cool. I just make sure that your staff is indeed divine light. Yeah, no. Okay, we're good. It's default. All right. Selected my creatures, and here we spell. Fireball goes off, exploding within the area as you can see that the creatures are vulnerable to fire damage. However, they seem to be relatively uncaring about the lightning, and that they are immune.
They are plant.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so she points her staff. A giant sword made of glowing white fire impales the ground and then explodes in the fireball. I was kind of hoping that would kill some of them.
They look heavily injured.
Don't worry, you're doing great.
Renea cannot do anything as a bonus action without casting a spell, so she will retreat to the corner of the stairs, and she's going to start yelling for help.
All right. Everyone up top side, roll me a perception check. Keep in mind that you are very far away. So I don't think this is going to work unless someone rolls amazingly high.
What is our ranger's perception?
They might actually have macros on their token. Let me go check. That'll make things easier.
Would the expertise gained from the glasses apply to this kind of perception or no? I mean,
Only on those glasses are sight-based perception, so no.
okay.
Some would call them glasses.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me go bring up their perception, their sheet, because they don't have it on their token. Wait, I can just look at their. Oh, they have +1 or +6. They have +4. So, all right, rolling this up. R1d20 +6 for Ada. R.
They only have 2 wisdom?
+4.
Who wants to start a cutscene while they're just
All
fighting
right.
some plants?
Checking distance now. You are effectively looking at way down there, so it doesn't really exist on this map, and someone who's right here. So, distance-wise, you're looking at 260 feet that way, but you also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walls that are 5 plus 2 plus 2, so 9 feet thick each. So, yeah, no, that's unless you had like a 30-something plus, I wouldn't even give it a chance. Yeah.
So
You just hear
who wants?
Nothing. All's quiet.
So
Who wants to start a cutscene?
I can't think of an in-character reason to not go in the library at this point. So I think I would start walking towards the library.
All right. Keep in mind that you're technically in a round, so do movement as such.
Oh.
You did do movement. I'm just for John, since they were moving at 40 feet.
Yeah. Sorry.
I just don't want the other party to get, you know, murdered by you guys moving too fast.
And for reference, Renee would be using the corner as cover so she can see to show, but still has like what, 3/4?
I got you. All right. So that is covered. You guys move forward. Just walking up to the door.
Yeah, that's all
All
we
right.
can do this turn.
Very good. In that case, we go down back to the basement. All right. So continuing on, we had Renea's turn concluded. We go to the Roselings now. So the one that has lost its grapple on to show, it is now in melee, so its tactics will switch over to the use of its claws. Claw,
Claws
claw.
too.
That is a miss and a miss. And that one does not confirm. All right, he will then bonus action vine grapple you. Actually, let me make sure this is not a recharge ability. It might be recharge. All right, I need to roll a d6.
Sage, why are your creatures so terrifying?
Because it's funny.
All right, he
Oh,
does not.
he's
He does
so
not
funny.
have his vine grapple back, so you know he's just gonna circle around you. Yeah, he has intelligence for that. Cool, we're good. So he'll circle around you, and that is his claw upon you. That's a Gouda Gouda. That is his shoops. Any reactions to him trying to strike at you?
Let's see. No, I don't suppose. I don't think so. No.
All right. In that case, continuing on down the line. No number. The one next to you as well. Let's see if they get their thing back.
The first of them.
Nope. All right. He does not have that back. He will just step up to here, and he will claw at you, or twice. Claw, claw. All right.
Oh,
25
nice.
and 20 to hit. Your AC is not boosted by 5 because Renea's turn has happened.
Thus, that is. I will deflect this one.
All right. So the first one is being deflected.
Yes, and just checking. Reduce incoming damage by Dex modifier, which is 3.
All right.
So I take 3 less damage.
So you suffer 5 slashing and 8 poison damage, and then the second one is 11 slashing and 4 poison. So your total of 16 and 12, otherwise known as 28 damage total.
If only we had someone immune to poison damage like a Yanti Bard.
If only. Too
Or the
bad
Auntie
Dayman
Sorcerer.
and all the other friendly neighborhood bards that our good friend Max has made are controlling the music and not the murder.
True.
All right,
That
number
was
3.
28 total, you said?
28 total, yeah.
Okay, so temporary HP puts that at 18.
Number 3 is going to move forward into melee with flanking. Will then flank you. Advantage on this. So that is a 19 to hit, not a natural 1. So does a 19 hit you?
19 does hit.
All right, that is another
Renee's gonna
19
shield
damage.
that.
1 second. What was the range of your shield power? Because I'm pretty sure I had it 30 feet.
Oh, I'm outside 30 feet, am I?
Yep, you're 40 feet away.
If I would have realized that, I would have gone farther up the stairs. Right, carry on.
All right, so that is a unfortunate 19 more damage.
That
You will
it
then
is.
second claw. Advantage gives that a 17 to hit.
No, nope.
No, not 17.
No, I have 18 AC.
Ah, look at you being fancy. All right, that's a miss.
You're the one that gave me the bear armor.
It's true. All right, number 2 has gained initiative. Number 2 will move forward and will hop into flanking.
Hop.
Claw, claw. Advantage turns that into a 21 to hit for 17.
17. Oh boy.
How much
Oh.
HP you got to show?
3.
All right, and that is a miss because I rolled a 2 and a 4. All right, carrying on. Top of the round, number 4 has gained initiative. This one doesn't have a flanking opportunity, so it will simply just throw darts at you. So it'll fly up to here. It will then launch some good at you. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh lord.
So that
Yep,
is
there I
a
go.
23 to hit for 2 piercing and 7 poison, which drops you, correct?
Yep.
All right, so
am
all the other
successfully
attacks will not go at you because they are not ruthless. Movement speed, I move 15 feet, so I have another 10 feet to movement. I can move up to here. I am still out of range for Renea in terms of my vine, but I am still in range for shooting at you. So remainder of my 3 darts will go at Renea. Your AC is increased by 5 because of cover.
Yep.
So let's see here. We're looking at um, a miss, and a 24 to hit with your AC being 5 higher than normal.
My AC is. Renee will use her reaction to deflect it with the mithril shield,
Mm.
like a buckler.
So
The
you're
mithril shield
increasing your AC by 2.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, very good. And I assume that brings your AC to 25 then.
26.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Very good. Ah, so your AC was exactly 24 then with the +5. Very good. Minerva's Shoops, we go to the show. You are unconscious. Give me a death save.
That I am. Channels.
I have
19.
19. You are golden. You're not quite awake. You're almost there. But you're not bleeding out some more currently. So that's 1 success. Renea,
Um.
you've regained your reaction.
My healing light is 60-foot range. I really wish I could stabilize with it, but not bring him up. How badly injured are the badly injured ones?
Just going over their tokens real quick. Roseling no number is uninjured. Roseling 1 is in the near red orange. Roseling 4 is in the green still. Roseling these okay, I don't know their names. Let me scroll down a bit. Roseling 3 is in the near red orange, and Roseling 2 is in the near yellow green.
So only 2 of them are near death.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where you throw a fireball on them, all killing everything except for your buddy because
I'm debating it. Yeah.
because death saves and all that. It's only
I'll
one
be
fail.
fine.
It's one fail. He can live. He'll be fine.
Yeah, if I don't kill them though, that's the problem.
That's this fight. Ethan.
Renee is gonna say a quiet prayer in Celestial. I'm really sorry about this to show, and she's gonna throw out another fireball.
All right. Just circle him up. Roll me your damage and all that fun stuff. What's your DC?
It
Oh wait,
is
I
16.
have it in here, so we're good. 16. Cool. 16 dex save. You spending another charge?
Nope, they seemed unaffected by lightning and the fireball.
Very good. All right. And what's your damage?
31.
31 fire. So that's some solid damage right there. Roll it up, and 2 of them die. Burst into flames and turn to cinder. 3 of them are near death. And to show, that has 1 failed death save. Because you automatically
me
fail
go.
dex saves when, unconscious and helpless.
So, clarifying, the success was just one.
1 success and 1 fail is what you're currently at.
Look at me go.
If you rolled a 20, you would have been brought back to full, or not, you would have been brought to awake and with 1 HP. But you didn't roll a 20. You're almost there. All
I
right.
would have been revived with 4 health.
Renee will use her bonus action to use the healing light on the show, which is D6 plus 2, because divine light is a wonderful thing. 3 HP.
Well, you're not dying anymore, so you have 3 HP. That's good.
It's better than 0 HP.
Indeed. From here, we go to
Renea
Roseling, no number. Oh,
We'll then try and taunt them. Come and get me, you plant-faced freaks.
all right. Roll me Intimidate. To try to
Oof.
antagonize the enemies.
I have negative proficiency in that.
Oh, no.
Because she is all of 5'2" and very small.
Yep.
That is 8.
One of them is antagonized. So that's helpful.
You have angered the plant.
I'm going to give it the surprise condition. It's surprised that it's so antagonized. All right. Roseling up here has flanking currently, so he will use his melee attacks. So first one is a 23 to hit on Desho. You're also prone, so we'd have advantage anyways.
Yes, that is very, very hitting.
All right, that is 8 damage, so you're back to being unconscious. He has one more attack
But with
left.
reset death saves.
It's true. He is then going to hop, 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 hop. You still have cover. He is going to try to claw you with the cover, so you have +5 AC against the second attack. Totally misses. All right. From there, we move to the antagonized one. This one will hop, 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 hop. Hop, 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 hop with action, and will then use its mighty bonus action to vine grapple you. Hop. Strength save for Renea.
I'm gonna pass this and I'm gonna laugh at it. Why do I keep doing underscore?
Yeah.
All right, you passed the save.
What is this?
You are not grappled.
You can't
And,
even manage to grapple me?
And since we're at the bottom of the round, I'm going to go back to the top floor to continue what the players up here are doing. Oh, look, it's a door. How wonderful
That's
this is.
weird.
It's a nice door, isn't it, right? There's totally not allies being murdered downstairs.
We're fine.
In signature wizard fashion, I'm going to use my invisible mage hand to open it.
Excellent. You see a small antechamber with a few bottles of various acids and alchemist fire, but otherwise nothing of too note. A few little benches, a little plant, and then a door.
I guess I'm gonna go up to there for the rest of my turn, because it's all my movement.
You mean you're walking calmly and not dashing?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like there's time pressure or anything.
It's true. All right, going back downstairs. So, top of the round, we have our good friend number 4. Number 4 is going to fly forward, hop, 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 to here, putting in some things real quick.
Of course it was the bad one from the perspective of initiative order.
All right, you have +2 AC, Renea, due to cover. He will fire his shoots at you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 22 is the only one closest, I believe.
So it's a 22?
22 to hit, you have +2 AC because of cover.
She'll... Oh, that requires a bonus action to reset the shield, doesn't it?
Yep.
She'll take it.
All right, in that case, you suffer 2 piercing, 6 poison.
81,
And then the creature will use its bonus action to try to vine grapple you. DC 16 strength save. I've been trying to find that GIF for ages because it came up and I needed it, but I couldn't find it.
Which one?
The one that John just posted.
Oh,
You're welcome. I'm here for you.
And
he posts it like once every 3 days.
I know, I just couldn't find it.
It is one of my go-to, along with
All right.
Pennywise.
Desho, def save.
That's a really good streetwear brand.
Why are you faster than me? Why did the one in between us survive?
3. That's a fail.
As 1 failure for Desho, we go to Renea. You are grappled. And at the start of your turn, you suffer 8 poison damage as the thorns begin to dig in deeper.
8, that drops me to 67.
Almost nice.
Almost. She had nice HP. It was actually skipped over because she skipped those levels. These guys are pretty injured looking, yeah?
Yes, and yes, and yes.
Can I hit 2 of them with burning hands?
If you step back,
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
Considering the fact that you are grappled.
Yeah, we're gonna do a quick martial check.
Yeah, you can also try to burn yourself, but you'll be burning yourself.
A 7, does that get me anything?
What?
A 7, does that get me anything?
Oh, no. Their DC, minimum DC is 8. So if it's lower than 8, you won't be able to get anything.
Well, I really hope these things don't absorb radiant because Renee is going to use her channel divinity. Does divine light do anything? Just an extra one? Yeah.
Plants.
She's going to use her radiance of the dawn, and all of them need to give me con saves.
Con saves, you say? All right, let's see here.
Oh, not 2d20, 2d10. It'd be a lot more damage.
All right, and this is all within 30 feet?
Yep.
All right, so that should be...
Well, all hostile creatures within 30 feet.
all 3. Okay, cool. Con save, Well, what's the damage?
It is 17 or half on a save.
All right, which means it'd be 8 on a save, so this one is just dead. All right, these two I will roll, though. Con save. Con save. Both failed with a 1 and a 2, natural. So 17 damage. The southern one is slain, the northern one is slain. All enemies are dead.
Oh, excellent.
He is still bleeding out.
Yeah, Renee is going to move down to the show, and it's an action for a medicine check stabilize. Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I will use a bonus action to cast Healing Word.
All right, you are brought to life once more to show. And while that's going on, we're going upstairs. 'Cause there's been enough scouting for this period.
Second level Healing Word. So I'll
So,
roll that up for you real quick.
Top stairs, you have returned here. You're no longer in a time-by-time fashion, so there you are.
Wonderful.
For Divine Light. 10 HP to show.
Wonderful, thank
The
you.
door to the library is closed.
And as I get up, I will use my healing hands to give me another 9.
I will try to open the door.
The door will open, and inside you would see the library of Lindren's Hold, somewhat fading, but you can see something strange. There's a skeletal form sitting upon the chair at this desk here.
Does it appear to be animated?
Just sitting there.
John
You guys
will,
did not fight.
John will spawn his gun and move up.
Yeah, Paul will walk in. Does anything happen as we walk in?
No.
I mean, I guess I shouldn't really walk on the chairs. I mean, it's just gonna kind of waltz up to it,
Yeah, Paul will go with you.
kind of wave at it.
The skeleton makes no motions.
Kenna will be walking into the room by this point.
Let me get these ones in here too.
Well, guess let's look over what's on the tables.
All right. Looking over the desks and the tables, you can see that there appears to be a metal stamp-like device. There are obviously a lot of books here, a lot of papers as well, scrolls and the like, as well as 4 acid flasks and a book that is unlike the others. This one is damp.
Can I use prestidigitation to dry it off?
It maintains its dampness.
Wasn't the book I looted labeled as damp
Ooh.
as well?
Yes.
I will.
Oh,
cast-
1 second. I might have missed something. There might be more stuff in here. Those should be in here as well. Okay. There's more stuff, but that will require more stuff from you guys. So, cool.
I'm gonna cast Libra on the damp book.
All right, that has a free check on it, correct?
That's I think it's one free automatic success. Of a martial check.
Martial check. All right. Well, the book is not a monster. It's not a mimic. You don't know why it's damp, specifically why it continued to be damp, but you don't think it is outwardly dangerous.
Okay. I'm going to
Best type of
open
dangerous.
it up and start flipping through the pages with my invisible mage hand so I'm not in direct
All right.
contact
Do
with
you
it.
speak Gith?
No.
You cannot understand it.
John will take out the other damp book we looted but didn't really have time to read. Hand that here. We might got some here.
John, you speak Gith, right? You can understand it.
That'll do.
This book is written in it. Can you take a look at it for me?
Yeah, why not?
I will float the book over to him.
John's gonna set the 2 damp books down on the table here.
All right. Setting them down, the books are upon the table. The damp book that was recently found, title doesn't seem to have anything like that, but yeah, you have set it down.
I would like to start flipping through and reading them.
All right.
I'll
The-
start with the newest one.
The new damp book seems to detail a great journey. Describes a vast pirate ship. Its journey through the oceans, through the 7 seas, traversing the waters in search of powerful artifacts. These artifacts known as the Spheres of Creation.
That's proof that all culture pirates are cool.
JC's not even here for that.
It details
Shame.
going into the different locations, describing what appears to be a hidden valley filled with massive creatures of strange shape and type, unlike any that would be found upon this island. But it says they seem to have some connection to those found upon Shabos. You can roll a history check for that specifically, or nature. Continues onward. The second great journey goes onward into a dungeon deep, filled with traps, demons, and an ancient city lost. Let me just bring up some more notes because I don't remember these all off the top of my head.
I have no idea where Shabos is.
Shabos is the middle.
John has no idea where Shabos is.
Excellent.
John does not know what a middle is.
I rolled a 9 on history or
It is an entire
nature.
continent, though, so it's a pretty low DC, I imagine.
I am also an urchin.
He did not receive formal schooling.
You're one of
Alright.
those Americans who thinks that,
Africa is a country.
yes.
Oh dear.
All right.
Or
So-
England is a city, perhaps.
Moving on from there, it describes an ancient people, their lands built strangely, using sandstone, mortar, clay, and the like, building up great stepped pyramids, and inside the heart of one details their venture inside and their defeat of an undead, and the acquisition of one of the orbs. Goes on from there, sailing across the seas to the other side of the world, hidden far away within a maze of mountains and wind. Describes a howling canyon and a lost temple, and a guardian, an Earthak, a winged beast of green skin, of thunderous power, and the acquisition of another orb. But not before entering and speaking with the guardians of Selkane. You would know that that is the name for that. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't. You can roll me an Arcana check to see if you know what that means.
Oh, sure. We're just testing John's neutral intelligence, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Not character creation, Arcana, you absolute Dumb software. Yeah, no.
All right. No idea what that
Fucking
means.
stop.
Moving from there, it seems to
Because you insulted the software.
sail to the west from that hidden land, back towards an area filled with sand and magma flow into a gorge of fire. And inside this gorge, a cave, a lair of a great dragon of immense size. Strangely enough, it doesn't mention too much detail here, simply that they acquired the orb. Going on from there, it speaks of a return to the homeland. From here, it speaks on a hidden labyrinth, shifting and ever-changing, magical in nature. However, with great speed, the heroes were able to manage to get to its center and unlock the orb. Exiting the labyrinth, the heroes then traveled eastward to a land of sand-swept dunes and a fertile river. Here, they entered into a hall of sorts, battling against the undead and whatnot. They eventually came upon another orb, acquiring it, moving onwards. They then sailed east into a swirling vortex of the sea, descending down into the vortex, into the depths of the ocean. Their ship seemingly either swallowed whole by the ocean or was able to go underwater without issue. That's weird. Going beneath it, it was swallowed by a monster, a monstrous serpent. And inside this serpent, another plane of existence, and a temple on 3 different islands. After some time, activating some temples and doing some shenanigans, they came upon the orb and left, leaving the beast through uh, means that are best left unsaid. They then traveled to a small little island. Here, they spoke with some figures there and were able to convince the queen of the realm to bequeath them the orb. Moving onwards, they then traveled north through the frozen wasteland. And here, they parlayed with Jotun and acquired the final orb. Taking this orb, they returned back to the homeland, and from there to something known as the Doors of Death. Activating the orbs, combining them at the Doors of Death, they triggered something. The doors opened as gods began to fall. And the book closes there. There's no more words, it just says gods began to fall.
John will have been writing down, basically like translating through, either in his notebook or a convenient separate piece of paper, whichever he will allow, and kind of relayed the information to Paul
Right.
before opening up the first book that he had gotten quite a while ago now.
Excellent. Do you remember which room you got that from, so I can go and look at my notes in that area?
That was from Ted's desk.
Ted's desk. Excellent. All right, let me go scroll up through there. Deshow and Renee will be getting here soon, but I want to go over this real quick. All right. This book seems to be a continuation of that book. It goes into greater detail of what happened afterwards. I'm going to save that description for later, just because I feel like JC would be interested. Because they have no idea what happened afterwards, so. And they're in the room with you. But Actually, if you would like that to remain secret, I will remain that secret too. But if not, they would want to be present.
I've not left the first half. I'm not keeping the soaked books secret.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
he's
That one
been
will just
reading
go into
aloud,
detail
translating.
on the fall and all that. So specifically, you do get the title of that book,
Oh.
and it is titled. Scrolling down, The Shattered Pact.
Wonderful.
Yep. You go into your item lab.
Well,
Books
it seems
gained. The Grand
John'll
Journey. Damn.
take
Look.
the two damp books and put them into the bag of holding. Well, seems we know how to get orbs of creation now, assuming this is less fiction than real.
In terms of what you want to say on that,
Nope.
One thing that I will say right now. You know that a group of heroes seemingly were able to flee from the apocalypse-strewn realms of the universe.
Okay.
They have been missing. They have gone just without a trace, seemingly nowhere. One thing of note: this book does detail several different realms. Actually, let me just bring up my list of planets. And that'll work. It does detail several different realms, but it does not notably detail your own. The realms that it does detail, however, are Onwin. That one mentions it as an other world. The Abyss. It mentions Asgard. It mentions the Duat. It mentions Erebus. It mentions Helheim. Um, Hikaokito. Irkala.
What?
So, in terms of the names here, you have the Duat, which is the Egyptian realm of the dead.
Yeah.
You have Asgard, which is Asgard. You have Erebus, which is the Greek underworld. You have Helheim, which is the Asgardian realm of the dead, specifically of the dishonored dead. You have Hikokito, which is the spirit realm, effectively Avatar spirit realm.
Yeah.
You have Irkala, which is the Sumerian underworld. You have the Locker, which is the oceanic hell, Davy Jones' locker. You have Miklon,
That's
the Aztec
objectively
underworld.
sick.
Muspelheim, the Asgardian realm of fire. Nakarashi, the Nine Hells. Niflheim, the Asgardian realm of ice. Nu, the Egyptian chaos, the waters of chaos, basically. Does not mention that. Olympus, Greek Mount Olympus, effectively. It has Shorn. That one would actually be somewhat familiar to some of you. Anyone who is an orc here who has traveled with orcs would know that Shorn is the realm of the dead for the orcish pantheon. Is where all good orcs go when they have performed honorably under the eyes of their patron.
Let them go.
Let's see here. You then have Talokan, which is the Aztec paradise. Vakashi, which is the seven mounting heavens of Celestia. Xibalba, which is the Mayan underworld. Yatana, which is the Hindu purgatory. Zorim, which is the... You're not really sure what this word means, but Sirdanin underworld. You have Estrelon, which you would know, or you would read, is the astral sea. Skipping those. you would have Yuldvord, the plane of earth, Ibershalm, the plane of fire, Nirhanin, plane of water, Shelkane, the plane of air, and let's see here, I should have two more, I believe. Yes, you then have Svartalfheim, which is the Asgardian home of the uh, Svartalfar and Dokulfar, the elves and dwarfs of Norse mythology, and Vanaheim, the Asgardian home of the Vanir.
Okay, I
Effectively,
spelled
the
maybe
elves.
like 25% of those correctly. in my
Yeah,
notes.
no,
Yeah,
I
it's fair.
I had
Fair.
to just kind of. I wrote down as many as I could, and then I went, "Oh God, okay,
What?
that's fine."
I was writing them really fast, and one of them auto-corrected to Michelin, and I forget what it was originally.
Mictlan, probably Mictlan. Yeah, probably Mictlan.
You grabbed everything in the kitchen sink here, didn't you?
Yep.
Did you pull the names for the elemental planes from somewhere?
Michelin is the afterlife for anyone who's ever been on Hell's Kitchen.
Did you pull the names for the elemental planes from any real-world source, Sage?
Nope.
Well, I was about to say, Jord is earth, or like soil in Swedish, which is an evolution of ancient Nordic. So I keyed
Well,
into that one.
well, in regards to that, there is inspiration, of course, but I did not like take the name like Tartarus, for example, or Erebus. So,
Right, but I heard it and I was like, oh
yeah.
hey,
Yep. It's
look at you go.
Yulvord. Indeed. But yes, those are the planes that were listed. You have no mention at all of any Kydric.
And hey, okay.
So,
So we've got information on some lost heroes and really any plane under the sun, I suppose. First I'm hearing of most of these.
whoop.
Nope.
Look who showed up. A half-dead Deshow and Renea.
Oh, wow.
Would we have the ability to drag back one of the bodies with us?
Yeah.
Because Renee also wants to search the body for components.
All right. How strong? Oh, actually, you have Deshow with you. How strong are you two?
You have to share with you.
10.
F5.
All right. Deshow, you can definitely do it. Renea, you are gonna have to like. It's not. It's like 300 feet between there and here, and you are 5 strength. So.
Here's it's 10 pounds lighter because my mage hand is helping.
Yeah. No. You are helping air quotes.
The show is canonically terrified of plants because, once again, any plant you find in a ruin is bad.
Would that mean that you would not carry the plant?
I'd carry the plant because the show is very brave and heroic.
All right.
However, he is very clearly not happy about it.
Excellent. Well then, as these two approach the library, you would see that Renea seems relatively fine. Deshow looks beaten up and bruised. They don't look happy, and you can see that they look like they're holding a giant bouquet of flowers. Like a massive bouquet of. Most of it seems to be just the stems. There's only one tip, and it's massive.
How'd you get so beat up picking roses?
And the roses tried to
hate
pick us.
plants.
That's your snakes.
Yes, yes. I don't. No, the show is Indiana Jones.
Some plants can be good.
So we went
Name
scouting.
10.
Tobacco. 9 other forms of tobacco, corn, barley, wheat,
Beans.
hops, beans. Thank you. And there's like at least 10 more like types of beans. There's a lot of good plants here. Just show. I think you're just picking the wrong flowers.
The show will, with the rose baby corpse, just throw it at John.
probably shouldn't have opened that door.
Now back to what I was saying though. This book doesn't say anything about Gaidrin.
That is interesting.
What is the book about?
Not Kydrin.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
The second book
basically
details what effectively is a god war, Ragnarok.
Okay. So
That's
one,
Ragnarok.
so one book here, and he'll fish out the two and like hold them up, still just like damp. Just these two books, soggy but readable. You just puts them back into the bag of
Oh,
holding.
there is something of note for you though.
Oh,
Since you have traveled with someone who worships this deity,
oh.
that book mentioned Hestia.
Now, so
Specifically, it mentioned that how she was among those who disappeared.
now you might want to sit down for a part of this story, but I'll start with the non-shocking bits. It details the heroics and adventures of some party. Um, they sailed around, collected some orbs, and kind of just disappeared. Now, the second book details the end of the world. Coming to the end, typical stuff, and a lot of planes. Pretty much every plane of existence, par for hours. And, oh, there was also a mention of, Hestia.
Hestia? She was mentioned?
Yeah, said that she disappeared for a bit.
A bit.
No, she
Oh.
didn't she didn't disappear for a bit. She just disappeared. They
Oh.
never mentioned her return.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she straight disappeared.
How long ago does the book say?
Does it, God?
It does mention a date. It's not going to be relevant for you guys because you actually have the same date as what the book says.
It's the Syrian calendar, isn't it?
Let's see here. You are looking at scrolling on through some notes. Da, da, da. It is listed as 35,420 SC.
I'm guessing the SC doesn't match any date system any of us know.
Nope.
Yeah, this is what God said, because it has already evaded. It took only that long.
From the sounds of it, it sounds like that book's using a different dating system. From one of the other planes, maybe?
Probably.
Could be something to do with that book we found in the abyss that detailed a world called Cyric.
Using its calendar?
Possibly.
Certainly interesting.
Out of character question, does SC stand for Cyric Creation?
I can't answer that.
Get absolute there.
Hard to read!
SC stands for Sage said so.
Stage chose.
Stage shows.
Well, if that was 60 years ago, that would explain a lot, actually.
I don't want to break it to you, but 50,000's a lot longer than 60.
Yeah, I know that. So this is either really old stuff or someone's using a vastly different calendar than we are.
I have no idea what that means, JC.
I'm kind of surprised none of you have asked why we're nearly dead.
No, John did, and I told him that I hate plants.
So we went into the basement, scouted ahead. Minerva got attacked by a bunch of plant things. And then Desho opened the door, and we got attacked by a bunch of plant things. They're dead now, at least in that first room. And that's one of their bodies. By the way, Paul and Ada, they're weak to fire, so.
Well, that is very good to know. But
They-
now they know we're here. Paul is going to move over here and start taking a look at this desk, mainly the bloody handprint.
All right. On there, you can see that there are some maps, some designs of cities, and there is some long, long dried blood on this map.
Do I recognize any of the maps? Or they have things in this world?
Let me go look. Um, bu- 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 bu-
One of those looks like a very pixelated Waterdeep.
Where are you? Maps, maps, maps. I am blind with this room's locations. Library, library, library. Here we go. No, it doesn't seem to make you don't recognize it. Actually, wait, you are the Arcanostra one.
Yep.
Give me an Arcana.
30.
30.
Holy
damn.
shit!
Hot damn.
Big boy numbers.
All right. That is a
That's
map
everything.
of Ibershuln, the plane of fire.
Huh. I am going to take all of these maps and put them into my backpack.
All right.
Can I inspect the skeleton more?
Yes, you can. Describe exactly how you're doing so.
Well, at first not by touching. He's just kind of looking, just kind of getting every angle he can at it, pretty much.
All right. There is something of note about the skeleton. It is obviously humanoid in shape, but it is tall, taller than normal, lithe, and there are bone spurs jutting from its skull.
This is
Uh,
a this
The
is a
show
tall
is
one.
sketching. Yeah, the show sketches all of this down after.
Since you're an archaeologist specifically relating towards Gith and the whatnot, that's a Gith skeleton.
Yeah, that's a GIF. Like the people that built this, that's one of them. Their skeletons, at least.
Interesting. Can Renea do a medicine check comparing the skeleton to, like, human skeletons and elven skeletons and dwarves and stuff?
The show
For what
is
purpose?
Because she'd be curious about it. I
You can
don't
definitely
think
do a medicine, but I'm not really sure what you're trying to get at for the medicine regarding comparing it.
I guess she really wouldn't learn anything useful, would she?
Maybe?
the show
You don't know?
can probably point most of it out to you.
Is this specific piece of art here?
Yes.
John will
Roll me
pick that
a nature check.
It looks like a really bad cat.
So is spelling.
Yeah, it's weird. It looks like an octopus.
Weird.
Do I recognize it? Probably, maybe.
Well, if you go look at it.
It's like I do
will
not
go look at it.
pick it out chat. I just kind of look at it.
I guess Renee is mainly looking for anything that looks particularly unusual about the skeleton, besides the obvious horns.
All right. So you are inspecting it. How are you doing so?
She's just kind of looking it over, not really touching it so she doesn't disturb it.
All right. Give me a medicine check.
That is 36.
Hot damn. All right.
I rolled math on all the dice.
Yep. All right. With a 36, looking it over, you can see that this skeleton, interestingly enough, um, obviously from the signs of lacerations in bones and whatnot, some cracking, they were murdered or attacked and killed. Maybe not murdered, but definitely there was some conflict involved. Judging by the fact that they were sitting and they don't look like they moved too much, um, you don't think they were expecting to be shanked and stabbed and shot and burnt.
Wait, they had
And
all those
otherwise
things
done.
happen to them?
Yes.
Shanked, stabbed,
Is
shot,
the
and
skeleton
burned.
male or female?
Appear to be male.
So presumably Lord Lashulte. Was that their name, Lashultes?
Let me go look at that. Da,
Because we
da,
did
da.
look that up at some point.
Yeah. Oh no, the Gith Empire of Lashulte. Uh, yeah, they are of House Zera, which you guys would find out at the very least now because a lot of these have that signature on these things.
I think this was a lord of the house, and, well, he was murdered rather violently.
Wow.
And unexpectedly, since there's no sign of a real struggle around him.
So betrayal or assassination, likely.
Yeah, that sounds likely. And then, given the fact that his skeleton's here, but we haven't seen any other bodies, I almost feel like maybe that's when the ruin got, exploded to make that giant crater, and then it sort of got stuck in time between the planes or whatever is going on to bring it back. Why is he bones instead of a body?
Likely because it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel like he died when an explosion happened. I'm fairly
The
certain.
question is, why is his skeleton here,
Well,
and there's nothing else?
it should be noted that Gith aren't. You don't see a living Gith. So the fact that if you thought he might have had flesh, that would purely be based on the fact that this dungeon itself has been showing pre-rubble. Specifically, no one's really seen a living Gith for thousands of years.
Yeah, that's what she was basing it on. Everything else came back.
Mhm.
So why is this due to skeleton and not like a mutilated corpse?
Yeah.
He may have been a skeleton when this place did the old disappear. Whatever state it was restored to, he may be a skeleton for that state.
Is there signs of like
That's
a,
fair.
you know how a decaying body would leave like black goo in the area? Is there any signs of that, Sage?
Yeah.
So it looks like he was killed and then decayed here.
Mhm.
Okay. He did decay here,
Sloppy work, really.
but nobody came back for his body long enough for him to turn to bones before this place got lost in time or whatever happened.
No one else may have known.
Oh, I could have done better.
On that table, John, you would see that there are several other maps. Specifically, there are 3 notable maps. There is a map of Nirhanin, the plane of water. There is a map of the astral sea. So,
Yoink.
water. Map of the astral sea. And then there is a map that looks weird. It looks like a habitable planet, like a material plane, but it's Pangea. There's one continent.
Hmm.
We got maps, a water world, the stars above us, and a big island.
Do I recognize the creature in the art? Or would I be able to piece together what it is?
Give me a nature.
Time to learn about mind flayers, baby.
8.
No idea.
No
Squid.
idea.
It's totally fine.
Really weird squid. Well, John's gonna pocket the 3 maps into the old near infinite storage known as a bag of holding.
Mm.
Well, if none of you are unwilling, there happens to be a room with potentially many plant babies that I want to murder.
Uh,
So, and also maybe
kind of injured, so
today, tomorrow, I don't care when. We should go murder the plant babies.
Probably.
speaking of those, Renee is going to walk over and examine the plant baby's body. Looking for useful alchemical components. She'll thank Ada on the way for the sketch of these gift skeleton. What check is it to harvest bodies for components?
Oh,
Sage?
those bodies aren't harvestable. You used fire to kill them. Yeah, they're toast.
We would have grabbed one of the radiant killed ones.
I mean, they all were burst by fire
True.
and radiant light. So, I will
Holy
check to
fire.
see the radiant kills because there were 3 of them to see, but it's not looking good. High or low?
I've been rolling high all sessions, so let's go high.
All right, so 61 or higher. Oh, one of them successful.
Look at
And presumably that's the least damaged body, so we would have brought that back.
Yep. That is true.
Is it survival to harvest components?
It is.
Plus 8, plus my favorite spell ever. Why did I not pick this at character creation? Guidance. 19.
19.
that. That is
Picking through the charred corpse, it's less charred than the others. You find that the bulb, the flower head of this creature, can be used, crushed into a fine paste, and worked into enchantments as a reagent, or into potions. Specifically, going to my bestiary to go get that listing. 5e Cyric bestiary. Here we go. Loading. Beep boop. Come on. Here you go. Okay. I go to R for Roseling. Here we are. And now we need that. Alright. Copy. And should be good. And yeah. Copy. Pasting for you guys in a matter of moments. Just making sure that this is not adjusted because these guys are a little weird. Anything additional apply to it? Yes, indeed. Okay, I need one more property.
I'll be right back.
Oh, it's Arcana, not Arcane. Okay. Copy. And item lab. Paste.
Estralan. Oh, rare. That's nice. Huh. So this is actually a pretty valuable component, so we should probably harvest this from any others we come across, she says, holding up the bulb.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Are any of you guys skilled at harvesting things from nature or bodies?
I ain't too bad myself.
Out of character, does
Plus
anyone have
5.
survival?
Plus 5.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was me. Maybe.
I believe Ada probably has it.
But it
I don't have
probably
the sheet
does
up right now. I don't know why I keep closing it, but I do keep closing it. All right, here we go. They have +6 survival.
Okay, so I still have the highest, but wait. Ada only has +2 wisdom as a ranger?
Yep.
Huh, okay.
I mean, you don't really need a lot of wisdom as a ranger if you're not focusing on DCs.
Do rangers not have many DC spells?
Not really. Most of the spells are buff spells. Or spells that don't require DCs.
Fair point. Like all the warlock spells I chose from amongst my 4 have no DCs. She'll
Alright.
tuck Rosling Bud in the bag of refrigeration or preservation.
Very good. Anything else you guys want to do in this chamber?
There any interesting books on the wall?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna start going through this bookshelf.
All right, let me go look. The books are obviously all in Gith.
Oh, well then I can't read them.
You can look for one that has pretty pictures.
There are 80 pounds worth of books. The books detail in various different things regarding research and engineering.
That interests me.
Sage, what's on the shelves out in the adjoining room to the library
Acid flasks, 4 of them.
with stuff in them?
They're acid flasks, so they have acid in them.
Acid is like what, 1d6 damage or something like that?
I'm pretty sure it's 2d6. Let me go look at my my equipment guide. Weapons, alchemical weapons. Acid flasks are 2d6 acid. And a 5-foot splash improvised thrown range 2060.
Renee is gonna just gather those. Ask if anybody wants them. If no one does, she'll just keep a hold of them.
I'll take one.
All right.
Are any of these books like Engineering 101 for Dummies?
Sorry
No,
about that.
they are very advanced. And sadly, this is his personal library on stuff. Yeah.
May as well take like a volume 16 of How to Engineer.
All right. Pulling at random. Roll me a d20 and tell me the number.
Oh, wonderful. You know what? I'm gonna roll the fuck die for giggles. It'd be really funny if I get fuck, which this die still has not rolled. It's pretty blessed. 12.
All right. Pulling a book at random, you pull it out and begin to leaf through it. The book seems to detail the formation of a gateway, as it were. Going into details that are going right over your head, but it does discuss the creation of what appears to be a teleportation gateway.
That was a good fucking roll. I'm pocketing that book.
All right.
Since I don't read Gith, I probably can't get any information out of these.
No, they're all in Gith.
Could he tell if any of them are like, magic inscriptions?
If he wants to be blinded again.
No, like if they're clearly magical runes and not just words.
Oh,
Is that all?
none of them. They're all engineering. They're not like magic spell books. Nothing like that.
Unfortunate.
The gift were men of science.
In that case, I'm gonna move over here and start checking out this this desk.
All right, you can see a few pieces of parchment detailing some creatures. What it looks like. Give me a nature check.
I think that's the one intelligence skill I do not have proficiency with.
We're never gonna know what a mind
22.
flayer is. Okay, never
All right.
mind.
It looks like they're detailing a mind flayer. Better known as an illithid, or sorry, not better known. A common word is mind flayer, but you would know it as an illithid due to your research within Arcanostra. The research notes here are strange, though. You can't understand them, but they seem strange.
Okay, I'm gonna point this out to John as something that is important.
John will walk over and read it
All right.
The show is going to sit down at the table and just glare at the plant baby.
out loud. Read it out loud.
So, going over the document here, the research seems to be research into what is labeled as psionics. It details ways to break a mental link, to destroy this bond that they have, and perhaps to break free. It goes into further detail later on down the line, just more random psionics, a lot of mind stuff, a mumbly jumble going over your head. But later on, it goes into detail regarding a success, a breakthrough, a link severed, and perhaps a way to end this war.
Does it specify if the link is between like a mind flayer and a thrall, or between mind flayers?
It doesn't specify.
It's interesting that they mentioned a war.
Would you know anything about a war to show?
Would I know anything about a war?
Give me a history check.
Could I also make this?
You would have to be scholared in the Gith Empire to make this check.
Which I am not.
Let's go. 28.
Holy crap.
Oh, did you roll map tools?
Nope.
You rolled in the item lab.
Oh, item lab. Okay. I was
You
like, I don't see
fool.
it.
Oh, not bad.
All right, 28. You don't remember hearing anything about a war. Yeah, no.
Holy shit.
You know, I know a lot about the Gith. It's literally my job. But I've never heard of a war. Would I know if they are a warring culture or if they are a culture that actively avoids war?
Another history.
Make this one in the proper channel this time. 25.
All right. From your studies, you do know that they definitely dealt in war. A lot of the grave sites that you've uncovered had bones of the Gith that were obviously fractured and severed in different ways. Obviously, they were murdered or killed in some way. It was not a peaceful death. So, whether they practiced it or they had it practiced against them, you're not quite sure.
Out of character,
How
have
focused
the
in war they
Gith
were.
made tanks?
I can't answer that.
I like that answer.
Hard
Can
to
the
read.
show answer that?
No, in
Does
fact.
the show know about any Gith
No.
war
I
machines?
mean, you can roll me a check. It's a high DC, so we'll see if you roll.
All right,
Let's see.
let's go with 30.
That's
roll
the
that
DC.
30.
So
That's the-
you have to roll 20.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Ooh.
Yes!
Asking you shall receive.
The show we're making a tank.
So you do recall during the same excursion Just making sure that I have this right. You are the one with the book, right? The
Yes,
fancy. Okay, cool.
I have the book.
Cool. I'm just making sure. During the same excursion where you found that book, you found a ruined structure that at one point you thought was just like part of the dungeon. Um, but now that you think back on it and looking at some of the books here, some of the diagrams, which you can actually see some of the diagrams on this here and on this, definitely on this, some of them here. That device was a ship. Looking at the documents here, just helping out here with John because they have understanding of the gift language. That was a astral vessel, a starship.
No way.
They're
Okay.
starships. They have specifically several different types. This one, the notes here, they seem to be attempts to make one, but all seem to have failed. Not all of them seem to just be um, attempts to make the starship, but never successful. They were all just foiled plots, more of like here's an engine, but that didn't work. Here's another thing. Here's a framework that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing solid, nothing true. But the designs all were around smaller airships, more of like Star Wars level cruisers.
Right. And the one I remember is bigger.
But the one you remember was bigger than a cruiser, but smaller than a uh, destroyer, for example. More like a one that you would see to make deliveries, like a transport ship, but not like transporting.
Cargo ship kind of deal.
Not a cargo, more like a passenger vessel.
So like the mail truck of space.
Yeah.
Cool.
The mail truck of space.
I'm assuming you guys are discussing this all out loud.
Yes, but it is very difficult to. The words sound like your language. However, you don't necessarily know what they mean.
Like,
Spaceship sounds interesting.
John is,
Well, technically
as
you would
is
call it
Triangle,
an astral vessel. Spaceship is purely just for our benefit.
Yes. Uh, the show's gonna take as many of these plans and documents and stuff as he can and put them in his bag.
All right.
Say,
Do you take the ones on the desk?
Oh, this is such a fun question. Absolutely, I do.
All right. Give me a intelligence saving throw.
oh,
Hey, I'm not awful at these.
I mean, if anyone's going to.
25.
All right. Something seems to flash in your eye, but you shrug it off unless you choose to fail.
A flash in your eye as in a hostile effect, or
Like suddenly you're not in this chamber, but you're in this chamber. It's weird.
I'll allow it.
To apples we go.
My second time in apples.
Hello. Welcome to
Hello.
apples. I heard you liked apples.
Apples.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is just a brief flash, but as you touch the notes upon the desk, beginning to pick them up, your mind would flash, shifting to the chamber before its destruction, back to when it's not being faded like it is currently, but it's different. There's a man behind the desk. At least it probably is a man. You've never seen a Gith in the flesh, and yet there is one on the desk, or on the chair behind the desk.
Mm-hmm.
You see the figure leafing through some documents before seemingly happy in what he has just realized. He points his quill several times, tapping, circling something on the book before the vision ends.
Fire, because that's a lot of attacks.
Hello.
I am fully want to recreate a show that was not from my time. Let's just recreate Firefly. Let's
Would
go.
you?
Firefly's awesome. I recently rewatched it like 2 weeks ago.
I
Oh,
only know it
where do you
in
find it?
passing from my dad.
You didn't pick it up from the library. It's awesome.
Nice.
I mean, I
At least
own it,
know
but
what
I
we're
also picked up from the library because I'm missing a disc, which is annoying. But
doing. Can I find that book on the desk?
yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. So
That page
I
is
open
missing.
it. That page.
It's torn out.
So what happened to the show for us that didn't go into apples?
Nothing. You just reach for the book and then flip through a page and notice that the page was missing.
So I
Force you.
grabbed this and I saw something. I saw.
Oh god, not again. Are there any floating demons around me?
No.
Not
Well, I'm
not that I can see. No. I saw a vision of that skeleton at this desk, and he was looking at this book, and he circled something vigorously, and that's all I saw. And that page is missing in this book. I'd bet whatever killed him took that page.
Is there an imprint on the page just before the torn out page? You said he circled it vigorously. Did he leave an indent?
Did he leave an indent?
Seems there are several pages missing, but there is a small indent. Yes.
Yeah, right here.
Any appreciable information that can be gleaned, or just it looks like a faint circle?
No. The indent was from him stabbing it multiple times, so it's just a little poke.
okay.
A pen or
So-
a dagger?
From a quill pen.
Okay.
I don't. So these, I take out some of the plans. These plans are for a astral vessel, which is something not a lot of people thought existed. That was supposedly a Gith method of traversing the astral sea. Interrealm travel. And looking at this, I know where one might be.
You're telling me you know where we can get something that can allow us to traverse planes?
Well, he pulls out the book. Where I found this book, I also saw the strangest structure. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just a quirk of whatever had built it. But thinking back on it and looking at these plans, I think it was most definitely an astral vessel. At least an attempt at making one.
How long ago did the gift vanish again to show?
How long ago did the gift vanish?
Well, recorded history is about 2,600 years or so, a bit more than that maybe, but long before that. It's not
Long
really
before
a
recorded
time
history.
listed, so
Evidently old enough for them to have their own aeon that we have no idea what it means. This is legitimately incredible.
Too bad it doesn't seem like there's any information about what happened to them.
Well, a lot of them died fighting. I know that much. They were prone to war, whether caused or
cool.
done to them.
I found a link to the image, so I don't have to send you my one, so I don't have to redact the name. Here's what you saw, by the way, the figure. Although they had spikes in their head, bone spurs, as it were.
He's straight dripping. My man's looking good.
Do you think they were wiped out in a war or genocide or something?
Well, if those notes talk about ending this war, this current tense, then it's a very real possibility.
Because my friends, some of them were afflicted with a curse, and I was told that the curse was powered by the hatred of those who wrought it. I mean, that could have just been Whisper, because she definitely hated us and we hated her, but it almost sounded like it was talking about a people. And then you were talking about a mental link over there in those papers, so...
It's a possibility, I suppose. I don't know who this Whisper is, but
She's one of the people allied with Soraya. She was a changeling. I used to think this was all just Fae till we showed up here and there were demons, but yeah.
my. The plot thickens.
Is there anything else we haven't searched in this room?
You
Not
didn't
in
search
this
under the
room.
table. You didn't search under the table.
Is
Lift up the
there
rug.
anything under the table, DM?
Under the table? No.
The bones of a dog who waited too long for scraps.
A crisp $5 bill. Perfect condition.
Yeah, nothing underneath
A
the desk.
goldfish ground into the carpet.
Well, it's getting late. One of us is beaten to shit by a plant.
Oh, speaking of that, Sage, does antitoxin reduce poison damage, or does it give you advantage against poison? Or
I mean, creature that drinks a vial of liquid gains advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour. That's what it does.
okay, so that wouldn't help when they're just doing straight poison damage, no save.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I recall seeing some pretty nice beds in the second.
We should probably all stick together though, in case more plants decide to show up.
Yes, stay away from the plants.
Pull the mattresses off the beds and pile them all in one room, and then put a tiny hut.
Or,
Sounds like a plan.
Sure, I can do that.
I mean, okay.
Oh, Sage, what's this scroll here?
That's more of the documents on the research and all that.
Which the show has straight scooped.
And I don't know if we have one, so Paul's gonna go over here and yoink this, which I assume is a compass.
Yes, that is compass.
Cool. So just so that we have one.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart. I don't think any of us have one.
Oh, look at you.
Who needs a compass? I have +8 survival. I can find my way by the stars.
All right.
unless
Would
I
you
roll
like to take a long rest?
I don't know, man. A compass is
I can
fucking
take a long
nice.
rest.
All right. You all take a long rest.
How soft is this rug?
It's pretty soft.
Wonderful.
The long rest is achieved. You are good to do all that fun stuff, but that is where I'm going to call the session.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I got beat up by plants and learned about spaceships.
Indeed. There's more stuff to be had, but we'll see if that happens. Anyways, hope you all had fun. I'm going to close out
That
the
was
stream
wonderful.
here.
Thank you, Sage.
Yeah, thank you, Sage.
Absolutely. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.